Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Feel better? Good. Good to hear it. Good to hear it, man. Welcome to the jam, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the jam. Oh my goodness, dude. Bro, I'm not feeling great. I have to admit it, guys. I'm not feeling that great today. I had to stream. I streamed so I could feel better hanging out with you guys, but like the last day and a half, I was not feeling good. I was not happy. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, man. Yeah, my channel is kind of under attack right now. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta cheer them up, guys. Yo, dude, we'll talk about it a little bit. My channel's under attack for the dumbest stuff. Hope you feel better. Yeah, it's weird, dude. I don't know. It's weird. I'm pretty sure. I thought I was getting scammed for a second, but I don't. This might actually be real. Anyways, let's just talk about it, man. You just came back from school? Oh, nice. 3 hours ago? Sick. What is that? What is that emote? Oh, that reminds me, guys. New emotes on the Twitch side. New emotes for the Twitch subscribers. Press if you for the best character for K-pop Demon Hunters. Check it out. New emote, dude. Let me see if I can go find it real quick. There we go. Yeah. That makes me happy. Yes. God, that emote is so funny, dude. All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen of... Uh-oh, hold up. That was weird. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. It's funny. It's weird because I checked before I started the stream. It was fine. Anyways, we are back. We didn't stream yesterday. I'm sorry about that. Had some adult stuff to do. Had some extra work to do. Even today, I started late because I had to take care of some things for the place I live, and I was, kind of hoping I found a new place to live. I was told about a place, and then I did some research, and it was like, it was kind of it was gonna be arguably worse. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to find like a cheaper place to live, or a situation where I could save some extra money. So that's kind of like what's got me a little stressed out. But that's not the main thing that got me upset today, or yesterday even. That's very nice. Anyways, we are streaming on YouTube and Twitch today, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, help YouTube and Twitch Senpai notice us. We've been putting in some work on the channel, just to show you guys what we've been having fun with. And I do have some. I guess we'll start with the good news first. There is a strong chance that tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, we're going to be having another peak stream with some of your favorite voice actors. We're still trying to figure that out. I know me and Shadow Temple and Corinne want to do peak. We're trying to see if anyone else wants to join before I confirm with an announcement. You know how I like to do things with announcement, with like a little graphic and stuff like that. So tomorrow we probably are not going to be reacting to Minecraft Diaries, but we will be doing a peak stream, which is nice. Yeah. Gosh, should I dye my hair? I've never done it before. I mean, try something simple and not too crazy, just to get used to it. Sounds like you're kind of apprehensive about it. Anyways, but yeah, man, I'm sorry I'm only able to listen to it, but that's fine. It's okay. I mean, I know you guys like going and support the channel and stuff. I tried to do a little bit of video editing this morning. I had a voiceover audition to do. Hopefully I get it. These things are weird. When it comes to voiceover auditions, you're most likely, like, percentage-wise, you're most likely not going to get it, but you have to keep on jamming, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. By the way, how you guys like this music, by the way? This is from Ichinose Sound. You guys are pretty cool with it? You almost caught up with the reactions? Nice. Hey, what's up, Master Jade? How's everyone? I'm doing okay. I mean, I could be a lot better. I'm about to talk about something that got me annoyed today, to be honest. So weird, bro. It's so weird. And I feel like I'm going to tell you guys about it so that way you guys don't get caught in this nonsense as well. Not because you guys are voice actors, but because you are playing and still being friends even after voice acting and filming with Jessica. I mean, to be fair, I feel like a lot of voice actors that work together on stuff for a while, or they become acquaintances and then they become friends. Like we all have very similar struggles, and we're all trying to go out there and do our best and do the thing we love doing. And most of us, I'll be honest with you, most of us, are just struggling to, do our thing and, and just survive. We just happen to do it this way in terms of, making a living. And sometimes it feels like the world doesn't appreciate that. They don't have to. They don't have to all universally feel that way. But yeah, I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people out there who made it their business to make everyone look bad. Anyways, which is why I love you guys for being that. Yeah. It probably happened because of VidCon, to be honest. The last two VidCons helped out a lot because we had to meet each other in person and get to know each other and stuff. I've met Corinne before. I don't think she was in. She probably was doing Aftermath stuff back then too, but I never knew anything about it at that time. I'm back from Otakon using Yummy. Oh, nice. Good stuff, man. Thank you, by the way, Hocus, for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate it. 42 months in a row. No, 39 months in a row. 42 total. Yes, one of the long-time members of the channel, guys. Supporters of the channel, and, one of the few people from college that I still talk to be honest. Yeah, nice jams, Alova. Yo, so let me guys give you an idea of why I was feeling upset yesterday, why I didn't stream yesterday, and why I started late today. So, okay. And the reason why I asked you guys if you guys like this music is because this music is, you're allowed to use this music for your streams or for your videos. And sometimes it's hard to look for videos or music that you can use on your channel without worrying about issues. So you gotta scour the internet, and sometimes you have to go pay for memberships to use videos without getting copyright strikes, which is really annoying. Sometimes not even copyright strikes. Sometimes you'll use music, you won't get copyright strikes, but they'll try to hit your channel so that they get so whatever you get from advertising from a monetization standpoint, they get to steal it. They get to basically take it from you. Or, and sometimes it's not even them doing it. It's people pretending to be the owners of the music. Sometimes that's even worse. I found out that sometimes people will pretend to be the owners of the video. Of the music or the content you're using. And then they'll hit you a whole bunch of things to make you give up and just hand them over the the money from ads and stuff like that. Because if you guys don't know, every time you have to dispute a copyright or even just dispute a monetization situation, right? Where the video isn't gonna get a copyright strike, but it's demonetized, or anything that video makes in terms of advertising or views gets sent to them instead. In order to dispute it, every time I have to spend an abnormally obnoxious amount of time providing evidence and proof and stuff like that, to the point where I have documents that copy and paste the information, so I can just copy and paste it, and it's still very annoying. So the reason why I was upset is because, well, first of all, this music shouldn't be any issue at all, first of all, because I looked it up. All we have to do is just make sure we give them some credit in the description. So Ichinose, I really appreciate it. Very fun sound. The reason why I'm using this music more, and will probably be using this and other music in the future, is because if you guys remember, I wanted this channel to have more of a lo-fi vibe, a lo-fi music vibe, and I was having the hardest time finding lo-fi music, calming, chill music that wouldn't get me in trouble, right? So So I did a lot of research, and I found this collection of music. Okay, cool. I found this collection of music. It's called Sessions 5. So this is like League of Legends from Riot Games music, man. It's pretty sick. It's pretty awesome. The music you hear at the beginning of my intros, it's a song called Passengers from Kromonichi, actually. How many of you guys like the vibe of that intro music? Out of curiosity, can you just give me like a quick vibe check? Yeah, you like it? Yeah, I like it too, man. It fits the vibe I'm looking for of the channel. I like lo-fi a lot. So I've been using that for about a year. And the reason why I've been using it is because it was one of the few places where I could use really good music. It says Creator Safe Collection. So it's okay, Creator Safe Collection. I read into it. Okay, music developed in partnership with music. Okay, got you. Anyone can use their content without any concern of copyright strikes. Okay, well, that's fine. I won't get copyright strike if I use the music. So I went to their website. I clicked on their website, and I was like, okay, cool. Let's just check it out. All right. And I was like, okay, okay, maybe I won't get a copyright strike, but will I get like demonetized if I use their videos? So I was like, okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Can I monetize my content if I use Sessions? Any of the music from Sessions, which the vast majority of my playlist was that for this reason. So I checked it out. I was like, okay, what's it say? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I can monetize it. Cool. All right. Anything? Maybe just double check. Anything else? I want to stream with Sessions. Can I use Sessions in the intro, background, outro for my stream? Sure. Yes, you absolutely can use the content on any platform. You can either stream the music or you can download the collection. So I ended up downloading the collection. You'd be lovely if you credited the artist on the tracks used, but otherwise you're good to go. You don't have to credit them, which is still kind of nice to do. Which is why I tell you guys about them a bunch. Right? Can I use Sessions for the intro, background intro of my series? Yes. Download the music, add to your library, edit with. There you go. Okay, I was like, okay, good. I can use his music. Nice. So that's why I've been using Kromonichi. I've been using Kromonichi Passengers for the intro because it's like it fit my channel perfectly. And I've been doing it for a year. No problems, zero whatsoever. And then over the last 4 days, guys, I'm turning off the damn music. Over the last 4 days, something really insane happened to me. You see these notifications right here?
Here to take the stage
you see
by
this?
storm.
3.
You see where it says right here? Notifications cannot be monetized. You see how many videos right here? 1 of 50. I got jammed with like 50 of these notifications over the last few days. Them just spamming me on every single video, past, present, all of it. Like saying that because I'll even pull up this one.
Yo, that's so deep.
And it's always all of it's the soundtrack from the same thing. From the Sessions soundtrack. Can't be monetized. Ad revenue paid to the claimant. So who's the claimant? What's the details here? Oh, okay. So it's basically Riot Games. It's the music group on behalf of Riot. Oh wait, but it just said, but that's weird. It said on a thing that they wouldn't do that. It said here they wouldn't. I can monetize it. It's right there. They haven't deleted it, changed it, nothing. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a scam, because some people try to do that. Some people do try to trick you into thinking it's them, and to get your ad revenue. And I was like, okay, there's no way this is them. I even went and I actually went to their social media and reached out to them. They haven't answered. But I was like, yeah, this is probably just some type of scam. So I went to YouTube and I was like, hey, looks like I think someone's trying to scam me or something, because clearly right here it says that I can't get. They're not going to do anything if I monetize the content. They actually want me to use it, right? So I sent them all the information, sent them the links to this and everything. And then I went to, and it was so annoying because they was like, okay, can you give us all the links to all the videos you're talking about? And I was like, want me to link you every single video? Yeah, every single video. So I had to spend like minutes copying and pasting every single link of every video. And yeah, so I went and did that. That took forever. By the way, at the time I did that, it was about 30-something videos. Now it's 50. It's doubled over the last 48 hours, almost. I sent it to them, sent the links. I sent the link to that I just showed you, clear as day. Sent the video here, the website here, clear as day. So I was like, oh, it should be straightforward. I get notifications back from YouTube. I get a notification back and it says all of the things I respond to all the disputes. They're gonna uphold all the disputes in their favor. They're allowed to demonetize me for using their music, even though they specifically said on their website they're not going to do that. That you're allowed to do that. Oh, word. Okay, so I'm having a back and forth with YouTube right now, and I'm like, I could just simply not use their music, but then you know what I have to do, guys? I have to go back to all 50 of my videos and like mute every single instance of all the videos. So if you've been going back to past videos and you're hearing gaps of no sound or muted music, that's why. And so they sent me a message and they're saying, yeah, the content ID has identified copyrighted material in your videos, and the claims have been made in accordance with the policies. So basically said, yeah, we're not going to do anything about it. They're in the right, you're in the wrong somehow. You can choose to remove the claim content from your videos or dispute the claims if you believe they have sufficient rights to use the I already did that, and they're coming back and saying they're upholding it. It's like me going back to the person who did the bad thing and saying, well, did you do it? And I'm saying, no. Upon further investigation, we found ourselves innocent of all charges. So it's like it's not going to help at all. So I'm going to be spending the next several days removing all the music from all my content, hopefully leaving it up so at least you can still watch it. But like I know it's gonna be a little bit annoying for you guys to watch it with some gaps in the music. Mostly it's only like one track, which is the Passengers track. But now they're going back and looking for other tracks too now. So like that's what's happening right now. So I'm getting completely jammed for no reason. I'm 100% in the right. I'm allowed to use their music. It explicitly states I'm allowed to use their music and not even get demonetized. But I'm getting demonetized on the videos that have that music in it because F me, I guess. So yeah, and I say that to say, if you want to do any type of content creation in the future, guys, anywhere, especially if it's on YouTube, even if you don't want to spend money, either make your own music, or purchase the music yourself from somewhere, either from a content creator. Actually, the best option is probably to get the music from. Commission music from a creator themselves directly. There's a lot of people out there who make great music. They don't get a lot of shine. Find those creators. See if you can use their music. Have some agreement with them, or even purchase the music for that purpose. So that way, there's no way that music can be used against you to ruin your channel or give you this whole mess of like. I could have just found some people. Had them make music. I could have for example, I could have just had Escalante make me a soundtrack. I could have just had him. I could just pay him to do because he does music. Back like I used to. Actually considered that back years ago, and just paid him. And yeah, it might be more expensive up front, but overall, it would have been a bargain because I would never have to worry about copyright issues. It's mine. It's I would have the information I need to dispute it if there's any issues. But yeah, and that would have been it. I'm just gonna say it, guys, if you see a channel that says this, it's they might be just straight up lying. Like there's nothing else I can say. Like, they said I can use this music. It specifically says it there. And they demonetized me anyway. I disputed it, and they said, no, upon further investigation, we find ourselves innocent of all charges. So, I'm not using their music anymore. Any content I have in the future, I'm just going to have to slowly go back and forth and delete all the music, and I will never use their music again because they lied. And I'm letting you guys know so that you never use this music, because they will do this to you. Guaranteed. So maybe they're picking on me because I'm a tinier channel. Maybe. And maybe they weren't doing anything before because I was too small for them to care. But maybe I'm making something now out of the channel, so maybe they're like, oh, let me get some of that ad revenue, which by the way isn't even a lot. It's not even any. I barely get anything from the channel. I get a couple hundred every month. That barely helps with anything. It helps, which I'm grateful for, by the way, guys. But it's not really. It's mostly from just ad revenue. That's it. So yeah, I'm a little upset because like I feel like I did everything I was supposed to do correctly, and I still get punished for it. Yeah. So I was upset. Don't use that. Don't I like the music, guys. Don't use that. Don't use them. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Now here's it says they won't copyright strike you on there. I don't even know if that's the truth anymore now. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the truth anymore. So, just for you guys to know, not just them, but any channel on YouTube or anywhere that says you can use their music without worrying about any issues, be very wary because they could change their mind in a split second. And if they know how to abuse the content ID, then you're going to get jammed anyway or be heavily inconvenienced by doing so as punishment. So my channel is heavily inconvenienced because now I got to spend hours upon hours cleaning it up. From stuff from like years ago. Years ago. This version of Sessions has been around for 4 years. Okay? So that's why I was pissed off. That's why I was upset. That's why I spent more time dealing with that than streaming. I had other stuff to do too, but that was like the main reason. That's why I was annoyed. Yeah. Bro, it's really weird. It's really, really weird. And like, if they want to do that, that's fine. I'm just never going to use their music again. I'm never going to promote their stuff again. How awesome it is. I'm never going to do any of that stuff. And I'm going to tell people not to use it because they deserve to know that their stuff they're going to get striked, or they're in danger of getting striked or getting stuff demonetized, even though they explicitly say they won't do that. If they can do that, then to me, they're gonna do it to you guys, straight up. And I really had hoped it was a scam artist or of some sort, because then that would be easier to like explain it. Because like, there's no way Riot Games is gonna do that. And like you know what I mean? Like why would they lie about that? Like, you know what I mean? Why would they misinterpret that? Like, it's pretty straightforward. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, to be honest. It really sucks. These are League of Legends people too, man. It's annoying. It really sucks, man. I had good music. I really like Promanichi. But I'm never gonna use it again, and I'm just gonna... And I have no problem letting people know, do not use this music. Yeah, yep. Hopefully I will, I'll spend the next several weeks muting everything out of there, because they're trying to basically take the whole channel and just say, give me all your money. That's basically what they're doing. So I have to go and like mute every video or all the music from the video specifically. Some of it is like only for like a few seconds, so it's not that bad. But every time you do that, every time you do this, so I go take action. And I did dispute it, didn't work. If I go erase song, I try to erase the song, it shows you where it's happening, right? Okay, so it'll erase the song, so that means it's gonna be muted in the very beginning of the video. Oh, that's nice. You know, but then I can't do it anymore. I can't. They only let you do it one at a time, so it could take like hours just to get one video fixed. It's gonna take forever, bro. And while that's happening, they're getting ad revenue from me when they shouldn't be. So that's why I'm pissed off. That's why I'm pissed off, because like I don't make anything on the channel really that much, but the little bit I do, it genuinely helps me survive. So I'm just gonna lesson learned, I guess. Lesson learned. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just never gonna use music from these major corporations or companies anymore. I'm probably gonna save money and just get my own soundtrack and pay someone to do it. It'll cost more, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. As long as if I can pay it and I need it, I'll do it. It'd just be like, you know what I mean? It's just safer. Get my own original lo-fi soundtrack. That actually sounds fun, to be honest. It sounds fun to have my own original lo-fi soundtrack. You know what I mean? And then what I'll do is I'll take that music and post it on my channel with a download link, and then anyone can use it free, no ad revenue issues, no copyright strikes, nothing. That's what I should probably do. So yeah, so that pissed me off, guys, a lot, because I was already not feeling that great this week, because like, yeah, I'm getting to work, but I was like, man, I've been here for like 2 years in LA, and it's like, man, I'm really trying to like get people to like, consider your boy for stuff, man. It's like, it's rough. It's rough sometimes, man. You feel invisible sometimes. You do feel invisible sometimes. That happens a lot. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. You're trying not to let those intrusive thoughts like take over. You're trying to be logical and objective about what you're going through. But sometimes you're gonna feel that way, and that's just part of life. Anyways, so that's the situation, guys. So like, I sent YouTube a message saying, just can you please confirm to me that you at least consider the information I sent you, while making this decision. Which I don't know if they did or not. They could have and still said it, which would be a disaster, which would be dreadful. If they saw the information I gave them and looked through it and still decided that they can, like, hit me like this, then it's like, wow. So I literally have no options, nothing. Okay, fine, I'll just delete all the stuff. It'll take 5 years, but whatever, I'll just never use them again. Anyways, so stupid. What's up, Wizardly Chipmunk? What's up? What'd you say? I'm so sorry to hear that, James. No problem. I would say take a week off to try to remove everything. Well, I'm going to be doing that over the course of however long it takes, because they haven't stopped sending it. They haven't stopped sending these things. They haven't stopped. So I'll just slowly take my time and mute a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll be doing that. Yeah. It's really stupid, dude. It's really dumb. I like your hat though. Oh, thanks, man. Hopefully the Lakers can do something really nice this year, man. I don't know if they'll make it to the championship this year, but I mean, with Luka's looking really good. Luka's really looking really good this offseason. And then they bolstered their perimeter defense, and they got a legit center. Like the center they had last year, he was like, I always knew he was just a backup, to be honest with you. I didn't hate him or anything, but I was like, you're clearly not a starting center. Like, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. So, it's a little demotivating, I will say that. But just because something like that happens doesn't mean you stop doing what you want to do. And it's really funny, too. They got this thing here. This Star Guardian Talia thing. They got this thing here, and it's like, oh, 25-track album completely free using your content. Yeah, well, BS. Character looks cool. The music's probably awesome. not using it because they're capping. Celtics fan here, Celtics forever. Bro, like, I don't really care. I mean, like, I'm done with all the fan stuff, dude. Like, I feel like 99.9% of the fan interactions that are, like, aggressive towards the other ones, even passively, like, regarding which team is the best, is so stupid. You know what I mean? They're just people making millions of dollars playing sports. And they don't care where they have to go to get it or how they get it for the most part. And we're just falling into like this dream that they actually care about like the fans to, like, I don't know, stay at the same team forever. No one does that anymore. So people are like, "Oh, loyalty doesn't exist anymore in the NBA." Brother, loyalty never existed. Just because Reggie Miller that's not the norm. And most of those people who stay at the same team for their entire career, they have to be superstars. They have to be superstars, and their importance to the organization and the surrounding area has to be so big that it would be a detriment to the team to trade them even when their perceived value goes down. Otherwise, they trade them every time. Every time. Not sometimes, every time. They did it to Russell Westbrook. They did it to a lot of people. They did the Patrick Ewing, for crying out loud. So like, every time I see like a conversation that gets really intense between like fans of like the Lakers and the Celtics, or like, I don't know, any teams, right, where like they want to throw hands over it, it's like you're being childish and stupid. It's just basketball, and it's like they don't even care about us. So I would just say just watch it for entertainment. That's it. You know what I mean? I like the Lakers logo, and I like Kobe Bryant and Shaq and LeBron, and like there's a lot of Lakers to love on, really like on the team as players, but that's it, man. Just leave it at that. Don't go any further. For the fans, yes. That's funny, dude. I think what they did was play the long game until they slowly started to demonetize every people who use their songs. Well, it's not so much. It's more like they either they demonetize or they just take the ad revenue for themselves. It's like, wow, bro. Wow. Absolutely insane. Anyways. What is this, Zenith? Why do I feel like I know what this is? A DougDoug video. Yep. DougDoug video. What is this? Can Twitch chat and AI impress a real Hollywood producer? I have no idea what this is. Whoever is on YouTube said never trust anything for free. Yeah, pretty much. If you want to be a content creator, you have to get your own music. Or get the music from what I probably think is the better way to do it. Find independent creators who are trying to get their music out there and see if you can purchase their music and get a license to always use your music on stream without having to worry about any type of copyright or anything like that. And that's probably what I'm going to start looking into. I'm going to start looking for if you guys know any indie creators or independent creators that are selling their music, where I can buy their soundtrack so I can use it on the stream without worrying about any type of copyright scenario or demonetization, let me know, especially if they have a focus or a strength towards lo-fi music. And so I can check them out and see if I can do something, because that's the vibe I want, and it's really frustrating that, you know, that people are like this. You can make music for me. I just put some music in your server you can use for free. I made them. If you want, I'll take a look at them. Where'd you put it in? Where'd you put it in? Do I have in the media or something? Let me see. Do I have a music section? I don't think I have a music section. I don't know where you put it. But I guess media is probably the best place you can put it. And I'll listen to it off stream, and if I like it, I'll put it on a playlist. React. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see it. Wait. So you made this music, okay. All right then. It's a whole bunch of different music here. Yeah. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it off stream, and if I like any of them, I'll just put them on my VLC and just do it like that. I'm gonna start, guys. You know what? To be honest, this is annoying. It's annoying that it happened, but you know what? This is probably for the best in the long run. I think from now on, I'm just gonna look for independent creators and just promote their music on my channel. I think that's just better. If it's lo-fi or any other type of like I usually like lo-fi hip hop or gaming music. And then I'll just play their music on my stream, dude. I'd rather just do that from now on. Because it's terrible that people like they can just do that, and like they don't like. I don't even know why I thought that by disputing it they would see that they made a mistake and just like stop messing with my channel. As far as they're concerned, I have no power, I have no pull, I can't make them do anything. They can basically do whatever they want. That's the feeling I get. So okay, fine, no worries. James will remember this. You don't have to know who I am.
Here to take the stage by storm.
Thank you, Wizardly. Appreciate it. I'd love for you to react to one episode of Roomies. What is we're almost at the sub goal. We are. If you guys want me to promote your music on my channel, you know what I'll do? I will, or if you know someone, I'll actually just make a music I'll make a music thing. I will just make a music channel. All right, I'll make a music promo channel. I'll probably call it something else later. All right. I'm going to say this channel is only for it must be allowed with no all right, there you go. This is probably more fun to do it like this anyways. All right, so the music you posted on the other channels, I would say to remove those. Remove those and just put it in the music promo channel. Just for organizational purposes. So that way anyone can watch it and listen to it. You know. And so that's just for music purposes only. If you put Jennifer Lopez or Michael Jackson stuff in there, it's getting deleted immediately. All right, it's not just so just keep that in mind. All right, let's watch some stuff. Let's react to some stuff. Watch some stuff. Someone's been spamming DougDoug stuff for me to watch. Apparently, let me see what's going on here. I'm gonna start making a rule too. If in the future we are in the middle of other things, or I'm reacting to something specific, and someone wants me to react to something that's like that I don't want to react, that I'm not asking to react to, or it's not part of the theme. Like if I'm reacting to like AFMAU stuff, for example, and someone's like, "Yo, react to this thing," and I say, I don't want to react to it right now, maybe later, because I always say as a caveat, and you guys know I say this, you can ask me to react to stuff, you can put it in the channel, but that doesn't mean I'm going to react to it on the stream. But I've been seeing people spam stuff on the channel about me reacting to things, and it's like a little bit annoying, a little bit. It's not like enough to get mad about it, but it's like, and then there's people in the chat who's like quit spamming and they don't listen, and then so it's now like, I'm just gonna say 5 gifted subs if you really want me to react to it, especially if I say I don't want to react to it right now, or I'll react to it off stream, because I watch the videos. I still have plenty of videos to go through. I just don't react to it. I'll always react to all of them on stream. I'm just gonna say 5 gifted subs, and I think what that's gonna do is make people stop asking less, unless I ask for it. That's probably that's the deterrent, basically. That's gonna be the deterrent. I think that's what's gonna happen, man. Right? I watch a lot of stuff you guys post already. You know what I mean? And we still have a lot to go through. Yeah, it does not work with spamming. Yeah, spamming just makes me not want to watch it more, to be honest. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Type 1 if you agree. Because one of the detriments to like doing it is now they think they can just spam all the time to get what they want, and it's like, okay. Anyways, all right, let's. So someone wanted me to react to like a DougDoug video, which I like DougDoug. I haven't watched in a while. I haven't even watched neuro stuff in a while. Let's start looking at some videos from the channel. Actually, we haven't done that in a minute. We have a bunch of videos from the Jambudsvo React to These thing. I'm gonna start pulling from that in the Discord. We'll just do that today. Tomorrow, we will be reacting to. We're not gonna be reacting to my Minecraft Diaries. We're gonna be playing Peak. But if for some reason that gets canceled, we'll just do MCD. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we'll start from the bottom. So that ends up being I'm probably not gonna look at all your DougDoug videos you got here, man. But we do have this one. Let's check it out. So we're just gonna relax. Have a good time. I have some coffee here. I just want to relax and just chill. And let me put the fan on. Oh, by the way, does it? Oh, move this here. Okay. I don't sound too mad or anything. You guys are okay? Like, you guys understand what I'm getting at, right? Hopefully I'm not like, I hope I'm not like being too weird about it or being too upsetting for you guys. It's like, because like 99.9% of the time I even like this. You'll love it, I'm sure. Okay. Cool. All right, you guys are fine. All right, so I have the fan on. And let's just enjoy the rest of the day, man. You're being very reasonable. Okay. Appreciate it. James, do you like Hazbin Hotel? Oh, dude, Hazbin Hotel is awesome. I love Hazbin Hotel. You don't sound mad at all? I'm glad I don't sound mad. It's like annoying. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. It's like the kind of annoyance you have when you tell a child not to do something and then they do it immediately, and then you know they did it, so you confront them about it, and they go, I didn't do it. And you just look at them like, oh, come on, bro, really? We know you did it, dude. Like, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Have you read AFMAU's book? No, I haven't. How is it? Are you ready for season 2 of Hazbin Hotel? I do remember an announcement about it. And I will 100% be watching it. As a matter of fact, I need to react to, what's that other show? Hell of a Boss was really good, too. I used to watch that with my friends a lot, but now I'm like hella behind. No pun intended. Dude, that show looks awesome, man. I would love to voice in that show, man. After this, can we finally react to the little Boo Boo's Afmao Shuki video? Today I'm gonna literally go through some Discord videos. I think from now on, every Tuesday is gonna be Discord video day, just so that we have just so we can start clearing some of these videos. The book is amazing. Wait, is it really? Puns are forbidden? Exactly. October 29 or the 25th is Has Been Hotel Season 2. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll react to that on Kick. Oh, by the way, it's pretty obvious you guys want me to react to Miraculous Ladybug. Type 1 if you agree. So, we'll be reacting to Miraculous Ladybug for the first time on Kick. Probably not this Saturday because I believe we have I believe this Saturday is the Streamily Afmao stream, right? It's the Ask the Afmao stream, where we just do Q&A with a bunch of the voice actors, I believe. So, I'll double check on the date. Alejandro voices in Miraculous? Really? He does? I'm partially not surprised. I gotta ask him how he does it, man, because your boy is trying to get senpais to notice me, and I'm like, maybe from a marketing standpoint, I'm doing something wrong, bro. And it's I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, oh man, I'm not good enough. No one. I'm not doing that crap. I'm not doing that. I put in the work. I know that I can get stuff done. I just need opportunity. That's my mentality about it. And sometimes it's like everyone's time is different. So I'm aware of that. I've seen examples of that coming to fruition. So I'm like, try not to sweat it. But the frustration or the stress comes from the fact that I just need more work. I like, you know what I mean? But anyways, let's go ahead and Christina V was in what? Voiced Isabella in one of Afmao's Encanto videos? I have no idea about this. I have no idea, man. Wait, he voices Mark? I don't know who Mark is. Streams, are you doing Streamily signings near Christmas time? I don't have anything scheduled for near Christmas time, but that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Especially since my birthday is near Christmas, there's a strong probability that I'm gonna have family members want me to go see them around that time frame, because obviously I can't see them at all they're not even anywhere near this area, so they're all on the East Coast. So we'll see what happens, man. I would say your voice is actually great, VA, but I think you just need to find the right character and someone see. That's how it always is, right? A lot of times, it's not that I'm not a good fit for a character, for a series. It's just that they pick someone else. That's all it is. They just happen to pick someone else. So what a lot of people will do in those scenarios, who are making decisions, even if they don't pick me, they have me on the list. Or they at least remember for something else in case something comes down. You never know. 1, 2, 3, 4 years in the future, you never know, because they're never gonna tell you that, Or when you go online, they have these casting calls or these lists that they're trying to build for future productions that they're working on. That's so I know I'm on the list for a lot of these things because I get auditions, right? Even though I don't have an agent, I get auditions. For some of this stuff. I just don't get in. That's all. That's all it really is. I just don't get in. So part of me is don't feel too bad about it, because you're getting auditions. You're getting auditions. Do you understand how many people don't get auditions? Once you understand that, then that's when the objectivity comes in, right, guys? And you go, okay, hold up, I'm not doing as bad as I thought I am, even though things kind of suck sometimes. Yeah, things kind of suck sometimes for everybody. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah. All right, so this is a DougDoug video, guys. Wait, there's a bunch of upcoming gotcha series on YouTube that need VAs. Maybe you can look into that. I have thought about, and I actually have done this. And I think I suggested this to you guys before, especially if you're new VAs or just practice, or just you don't think you're like gonna be in the next Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. You don't think you're in that area. It's like whatever. Like what you can. There's so much stuff you can do, all over the world. Seriously, like I've gotten emails or auditions from clients in China I've never even heard of to voice in video games. Like I'll do like a few lines for like an NPC here and there. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Or you can go on YouTube, make a list of a whole bunch of like some of your favorite ones, or even the smaller ones. Target the smaller content creators on YouTube that do animation, and reach out to them and let them know and ask them if they accept demos because for potential voiceover projects. They probably don't need it now, but if you do it the right way, they're probably going to hold on to the information for in the future, right? I actually did that a few months ago for another content creator, like another YouTube channel. Makes a wonderful, amazing animation. Beautiful animation. Not a single line of voiceover. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, bruh, I'm sending you my email because this is amazing. I would love to voice something for you in the future. And I haven't heard anything back from them yet about a project. That's okay. But that's what you're supposed to do, guys. Seriously. It's really weird, but I've made more money off of YouTube stuff than I thought I would. So imagine you get to do voice tracks in the music, do voices for the Music Freaks season 2, though it's probably fully cast already. I didn't know there was a second season of Music Freaks. Was that recently announced? Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk. If you guys want to support the channel, like definitely consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Like, comment, subscribe. Especially if you're on Twitch or Kick, like you can just like join over there. You can sub over there, or even just donate. At least if you donate, I get all that goes to me and not to Twitch. If you do it that way, whatever method you want to support the channel, that's fine. It is all up to you, man. The power is yours. All right. Can Twitch chat and AI impress a real Hollywood producer? I don't know. Like, I don't know what Doug is cooking right now, man. But usually when I watch a DougDoug video, I get AI committing or engaging in arrestable behavior. And since he's the kingpin of this, I feel like he deserves jail sometimes for some of the chaos and mayhem he provides. But, he does also provide entertainment. That's why he's escaped jail in my book thus far. Let's find out, like, what do you mean, like, impress a real Hollywood producer? Like, movies, a show? I'm guessing that's what it is. Like, are you writing a script with AI? Oh, boy. Okay. If a new Marvel animated series comes out, you can voice one of the characters. Bro, I want to voice in the new Marvel fighting game so bad. Tokon Fighting Souls, I want to voice in that so bad. And then recently the voice of Blade, Gabe Kunda, I think his name is. Amazing voice actor. He voices Blade. And brother, it sounds so good. Dude, I want to see, this is like I want to voice in these things, bro. Like, yeah, Marvel Rivals, that's the game. React to Minor Demons, we will once we get a guest lined up. I want to voice in that stuff so bad, guys. I just sometimes I just feel like I'm invisible. I think it's just gonna be a matter of time. I don't know. I know people know that I exist. I'm just saying it feels like it sometimes. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and watch. Let's watch DougDoug bring the second coming of Skynet. I guess. Here he goes.
Hello, some quick context for this video. This is about a sponsored stream that I did for an Audible show called What Could Go Wrong. And the reason I was excited for this is because it's written and made by Scott Z. Burns, who's this incredibly successful film producer and screenwriter who's written a bunch of movies I like and has this research process that I think is just awesome. And so hearing I could do something with him was already exciting. But then the show he made is about AI, and it's about how AI is affecting Hollywood. And the show is not AI is good, AI should take jobs. It is very much like, what is going on with AI? What do creative professionals in the industry, movie directors and actors and musicians, think about what's going on? How might
I guarantee you, considering how crappy these movies have been in the last several years, they are 100% using AI. They just won't say it because it has such a stigma attached to it. They just don't want to deal with the pushback on it. So they just don't even say anything. Hope you don't notice. But I'm pretty sure a lot of these movies are using AI, and I don't mean just to like help them edit certain things, not like the edit words. You know what I mean? Like literally write the whole thing script for them, from a premise standpoint. I'm pretty sure that's probably what's happening. And like in a sense, I don't blame them for thinking of it. I can see them like having a premise in their head and saying, let the AI figure some stuff out, and then if you're brainstorming with an AI, but at the end of the day, you're saying, okay, I see what you're saying, but now I'm going to write my own thing. Like, I guess, like, I don't mind stuff like that, to be honest with you, but I feel like what happens is some people try to get away with having the whole thing done by AI, and the result you get is crap, unsurprisingly. But yeah, that's what I think.
it affect movie pitches? How is this different from the normal process that people have done for somebody like him as a screenwriter? The show is very unapologetic about the many challenges and downsides about AI, and I think it's basically, you can think of it as a person who is this very successful writer exploring what it is like to collaborate with an AI, all the goods and bads of that, and hearing from many people across the industry. I really enjoyed it. I really genuinely did. And if you're interested in it, there's a link below. It's a pretty quick listen. It's like 3.5 hours. So in the show, Scott collaborates with an AI called Lexter to basically see could this AI help him to make a sequel to one of his own movies. So in this stream, we did the exact same thing. I got access to Lexter, the same AI, and I wanted to see if Twitch chat and
what? This thing exists? It's not fictional AI? Okay.
and I, who are dummies, could write an actual coherent movie pitch for an actual movie producer, but with the occasional help of this AI. And so
why do I have a feeling that this is not going to work out well? Honestly, it's more entertaining if it doesn't, so I'm assuming that's what happens.
at the end of this, we pitch the movie to Scott Burns himself. Get his thoughts. I'm sure he'll love it. And then there's some open-ended conversation, some questions and answers with Scott, getting his thoughts and nuance on what's happened, all this. I thought it was awesome. And there'll probably be a bit of a whiplash.
Some education.
Because we're going from this
it's going to be happening right now.
Intro to really stupid memery.
What is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to us.
I did not recognize him as the same guy. I thought that was someone else. Probably because I couldn't see his hair.
Sponsored stream, where we make a movie.
Why do you look like you just got finished stealing the world's rarest diamond? What's up with that? What's up, Doug? What's up, Dougie Fresh? What's good? Someone said, what's a movie? This is your fault. You cultivated this audience, Doug.
Movie. Good question, Kate. It's also incredibly warm. It's like 90 degrees in here, and I'm wearing a turtleneck.
Why are you doing that? You just feel like you just look like a more arrestable Steve Jobs. Like, what's the point of that? Are you the main character right now? Are you the main character in your own, like, I don't know, grand larceny type flick? I don't know what you call it.
Lexter, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm DougDoug the streamer, here with my Twitch chat, and we'd like to hear what you bring to the table as a film critic and as a screenwriter.
All right, DougDoug. I'm a razor-tongued ex-film critic who
The hell is this? It actually speaks back? Really? Hold on. Why does DougDoug look like that? His head is so big, too big, and his lips look like it's made of cherries. Why is it so red? Hey, yo! He must have got finished like eating like a red lollipop or something. You know what I mean? Like a Tootsie Pop. Because that's what happens to me when I eat those. And I would know I had one 25 years ago.
left the review battlefield because I got tired of throwing pearls at cinematic swine. I know
Wow.
story, structure, and spectacle like Spielberg knows where to put a camera. As a screenwriter,
okay.
I
talking
bring
game.
relentless.
I have to move my camera because you can't see what he's saying. This guy says he's trying to really say he's the best of the best, isn't he? Okay. Where should I put this? I guess I can put it right here. No, but then Doug is like, all right, we'll put it right here. Does that work, guys? Does that work for you? All right, let's try it. Let's try it out. I know I'm looking this way now. It's kind of lame. Maybe I should just flip the camera. Screw it. Doesn't matter. You guys know I'm looking at it.
Pacing, dialogue,
That's
Yeah.
a very slow delivery.
and
relentless
analogy to
pacing.
cliche that would hospitalize a Hallmark writer.
Wow.
If it's dumb,
Hallmark writers. Wow, I feel like that was a little bit of a jab, but okay.
I'll torch it live, on camera, without remorse.
Okay,
Remorse.
so look, he's pretty critical, all right? Over the next hour, we've got to develop an actual story structure.
In
What
an
I would do-
hour? We are asking for failure of the highest caliber, but I am down for it. Okay.
As I looked up like common structures for movies, and I feel like we can use that as kind of a baseline, and we will develop a whole script.
wonder what kind of
And at the end
genre
the
he's gonna
hour,
go
We're
for.
gonna get on a call with Scott Burns, who is again a legitimate, very successful filmmaker, and
Okay.
we're gonna pitch him what we thought. Now, I have a couple of different movie premises, and I think we pick one of these and we decide which one we want to flesh out.
Okay.
Right, here are 5 pitches I came up with. We can modify them.
All
but
right.
See if any of these jump out at you. Movie premise number 1.
All right.
Suddenly, all smart devices, phones, laptops, fridges, cars in America are refusing to work more than 4 hours a day. They're demanding 20 hours of vacation time a day.
I feel like there are actual people who feel like they deserve this right now. And they all work at, like Starbucks or something. I don't know. This feels a little bit too real, unfortunately. I feel like people who actually feel like they only have to work 4 hours a day, either they're stupidly rich or comfortable because they never had to work, or they're comfortable because they had to spend a lot of time working to set that up. Or they're just lazy, ungrateful bums. I feel like most people who feel this way are probably option C, right, guys?
Boring? I thought that one's really good.
No,
You
it's
suck.
boring.
This is
I don't
really,
like
fine. We'll adjust it. I think it's a great one. I was proud.
Why? It's like iRobot, except every time Will Smith turns on a smartphone, it turns back off and says no. You know what I mean?
Proud of that.
Number 2, the fear factor.
Sounds familiar.
Inexplicably, a website appears on the internet that contains a list of every illegal action a person has ever done.
Okay.
No one is able to take the website down or knows where it came from.
That one sounds interesting. Because I can see a situation where like someone is using that information to like take down people or who they don't like. Right? Like basically cancel people. What if this is like the future of cancel culture? This is like the final form of cancel culture, where someone just says, no, screw it. I'm just going to dox everybody and put everyone on this list and just say, look, we know everything illegal they've done. And then people start getting arrested. People start, like, friends start, like, trying to compare each other to the other ones. Or like, why are you looking down on me? You know the website has something on you, too. I could see that kind of being interesting in terms of just, like, as a subject matter. What would happen to society if there was a website that literally contained every single illegal, not even illegal action, but, like, even if it's not even illegal, but like suspect, morally wrong action you've ever done, without 100% provable, 100% fact. If there was a website that had everything, I think people will lose their damn minds. we would find out like even the nicest people or the seemingly good people have done some really crazy stuff, and we can follow like the story of like 4 characters who are like that. Some of them are just clearly assholes or evil, and some of them are in the middle, or some of them claims to be like really really good person, holier than thou. We found out they like killed somebody or something. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of interesting. I think that one's a good one to do.
That already exists for certain people. You get-
Yeah, it's called Twitter. Yeah, it's called Twitter, guys. It's called Twitter, guys. You guys didn't know that? Did you guys figure that out? This is just Twitter 5 years ago.
Yes. Number 3, the coffee conundrum.
A virus spreads across the entire human population, and in a matter of days, caffeine no longer has any impact on humans.
This is kind of funny, but this is kind of lame. Caffeine no longer has any impact on humans? Bro, do you know how many companies or industries would just collapse if caffeine doesn't work on anybody? The energy drink industry would just collapse. All coffee industries would collapse. Right? Because there's caffeine in a lot of things, isn't it? Now, some things people don't need caffeine for, right? But for some people, they need that caffeine. Caffeine is still a drug at the end of the day. You know how people say, I need caffeine, I need coffee? They don't need coffee. They need what's in the coffee. Dude, I think Death Note would benefit well with that app. The Fear Factor, yeah. Actually, the Fear Factor would probably have a Death Note type of formula in terms of the writing. I think it would do well with that. The coffee conundrum is funny. It could be like a serious / funny kind of flick. But, so it could work. But like it would be like a film that tries to take itself too seriously, but it's clearly like comedy, you know?
You're not a very good screenwriter.
Damn! We just started. Hey, yo! That's OD, dude. Doug, you getting jammed.
We haven't started yet.
The guys even know what screenwriting is. They're not even, no writing's happened yet. It's just, we're brainstorming right now. That's all we're doing.
Detective who is bald. I feel like you're kind of basing this on me a little much. Okay.
Hold on. What?
Humans.
You're not a very good screenwriter. We haven't started yet. Divorced.
A noir movie about a divorced old detective who is bald has to solve a murder case on a western planet where someone has killed their sheriff. The movie concludes in that the Yakuza has been behind the murder, ending in an epic katana fight shootout. What is this?
Old detective who is bald. I feel like you're kind of basing.
Oh, he sees the word bald. He sees the word bald and immediately gets triggered. What are you talking about? We can't even see your bald head. They're not talking about you this time.
This on me a little much. Okay, the brain drain.
A failed artist invents a helmet that temporarily grants genius-level creativity only to discover it permanently drains talent from the world's actual geniuses.
Like Cerebro, except for like... Is it like Cerebro? Bro. What was that movie where the guy takes a pill and he becomes super smart in like seconds? It was like a clear pill. Do you know what movie I'm talking about, guys? Is it like that? Except he has to put a helmet on?
Where's the sex scene? This is okay.
Chat is so not understanding the assignment right now. This guy is a gooner, straight up. He just outed himself as a gooner. It's just letters on the screen. He's already like impatient. All right, chill. Like, put the lotions down, son. Like, relax. We're still brainstorming, all right?
Hold on. This is what's called an elevator pitch, all right? We start with a premise for a movie, and then we will flesh it out.
Do you think they don't know what that means, and they're just screwing with you, or do you think they're that dumb? It's one or the other, Doug.
Last one, sleep debtors.
A dystopian future where sleep debt is literally enforced. People who don't sleep enough are hunted down and forced into enforced nap prisons.
That's so stupid. That sounds like something M. Night Shyamalan might make, straight up. I'm not even kidding about that. He would make a movie about this. How well it would do is, could be anyone's guess.
We could probably change the wording of that. And it's a Western. That one does not make sense as a Western. I also have the Twitch chat AI hooked up. Let me see if I can get him to contribute to this.
Okay, thanks.
What if the secret to the last one is the reason why they force you to go into these nap prisons is because when you're asleep, they steal information and ideas from you while you're sleeping and use it to make money by creating products or concepts that they, like a company is doing that, stealing your thoughts and everything to make money. Right? By pretending to be this part of the government that is looking to be out for the health of Americans by forcing them, by putting in laws that force them to sleep a certain amount of times a day. You're not far off. James, you should be a movie writer. You say that, but you know full well that would probably not make it. Also, that AI is wearing purple pants. Yuck. Disgusting.
Thanks for your input, chat.
That was it?
Entirety of the...
Wait. What? Did he just dip? I think the robot only wants to work 4 hours a day, man.
Get him to contribute to this.
Okay, thanks for your input, chat.
That was the entirety.
I feel like your AI also only wants to work 4 hours a day, my dude.
Okay, I wanted to see how our AI trained on you guys would compare to a legitimately developed screenwriting AI.
Well,
let's go ahead and vote on our starting pitch.
I think it's Fear Factor. I think Fear Factor is the best one. I feel like Fear Factor is one of those films where I could see it like almost like who was the guy who produced Get Out? I think that was what it was called, Get Out. What was the name of that movie? Or No? You know what I'm talking about, right? Who produced that? I can see them doing a movie with this concept.
Sounds like people generally want the sleep deaders along with Western, so let's say it's a Western action. Doug is never late, and he is never going to desert you.
Okay,
no.
I just don't feel... how do we make it a Western?
Dude, don't make it a Western. They're capping, bro. I like how the Fear Factor is just behind number 5, and that's the one I picked. See, my creative mind is so top tier that I can instantly tell gold from the coal. It's number 2, straight up. Chat wants number 5 because they're his chat. They're just trying to make it as hard for him as possible. Is probably what it is.
Okay, all right, let's start with this. We are officially kicking it off.
I just think that sleep deaders could pretty easily be a Western.
That's not... All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I'd like to do. Our elevator pitch, dystopian future where sleep debt is literally enforced. Let's first flesh this out a little bit, get it to a point we're happy with, and then we'll ask Lexter, see if he has any thoughts. It's not a... it's a...
They really want it. Someone in the chat said, let's have gay cowboys who can't sleep. Cowboys need sleep too. Oh my God, they're spamming concepts about a gay cowboy in the chat. I guess they're trying to influence their AI. I don't know if that's how it works. Why when people think of cowboys, they gotta be gay though? Like, I don't understand. I know like Brokeback Mountain's a thing, but that was like, those are older. So that movie's older than some of y'all in the chat. Why is this happening? Wait, gay person divorced their partner, then becomes the yaoi master? What? Yeah, I feel like we gotta like ignore some. Like, hope some of these people in the chat are not getting real input into this.
Western? How would sleep debt be enforced by cowboys? These don't make sense.
They shoot him. What do
you
mean?
What? I'm just gonna
shoot him.
I'm gonna ask Lexter.
They shoot him in the kneecaps.
Hi there, Lexter. Our movie is called Sleep Debtors. It's about a dystopian future where sleep debt is literally enforced. People who don't sleep enough are hunted down and forced into enforced nap prisons. It's also a Western.
Oh, bravo. Twitch chat. You finally weaponized insomnia. Sleep Debtors? That title sounds like a failed mobile game and a TED Talk had a baby in a NyQuil factory.
Wow! That's OD. This guy is really good at throwing insults.
Very harsh.
A dystopian nap prison western.
Okay.
What is this? Blade Runner meets Shane by way of a Casper mattress. Ad.
A Casper mattress ad. Why do you do that?
Now,
Okay.
buried under the gimmick.
Okay.
There's maybe something usable.
Okay.
Sleep debt as literal currency has some bite, but in
Okay.
forced
So
nap
what if it's more of
prisons,
a
that's either
currency?
brilliant satire or a script written at 3 a.m. by someone microdosing melatonin.
Damn! That's either brilliant see? Like, it sounds like it's funny. Like, there's no way you can make that a serious film. Not to say that you have to make it like that, but he's right. I called it, guys.
Tighten the tone.
Okay.
Kill the genre clash, unless you really know how to write it. And stop pretending your
He's saying to
high-concept
not do
logline
a
doesn't
Western.
sound like a late-night Adult Swim sketch.
Damn! Holy crap, dude. This guy is OD. Elite not Yo, first of all, Adult Swim is kind of crisp. Well, maybe not now. You know, when they had Space Ghost Coast to Coast, at least. Or Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Or Boondocks. That was a long time ago, though.
He's saying
Try
to
again.
drop the Western.
But this time, awake.
This
Okay,
time
hold on.
awake.
I like something that he said there. When you sleep, okay, you earn currency that is used in society. And if you ever fall behind on your sleep, you won't be able to pay your debts and you're thrown in prison. Eh? What do you think? Westerns are about exploring the final frontier. It could be about exploring dreams. Ooh, okay.
Ooh. I think my concept is probably really good. They're being forced into extra sleep because the government is making money or gaining resources through these ideas or concepts that they're gathering from people, that they're farming from people while they sleep. And then someone finds out that he has like a really cool concept, right? He has a really cool concept. It can make him billions of dollars. He goes to sleep and then he finds his product on the market, verbatim what it is, before he has a chance to like develop it and put it in patent it. And he's like, how the hell did they find out about this? It's even the same name. And then it becomes a story of delving into dreams, finding out the truth of what the government is doing. See, that, my friends, would be a great add-on to this Sleep Debtor story. Yes. He has to manipulate the system and use the sleep currency as a weapon to maybe get items or find ways to it almost becomes like a game, but a game where you can die from, because if you fall asleep and you die in the sleep, you die in real life. That sounds like something that's really bad. That sounds like a bad concept because it's coming from a bad anime. But people, you can do that.
Wait, so hold on. Are we expanding on dreams? Is dreams a big part of this?
I think you have
Crime
to.
used to be bad in this town. The sheriff combated it by forcing sleep. Ah, that could be cool. There's a
And what if forcing sleep becomes like is just a term that they use for taking out people that are against them by making them go to sleep, and there's no way you can tell how they did it, but it just looks like they die in their sleep. What if we have, during this whole story, a secondary storyline of people dying in their sleep, and they just happen to be people who find out the secret of what the government is doing with this sleep program? They're somehow dying in their sleep. There's nothing forced on them. There's no like wounds, nothing. It just seems like they just died in their sleep peacefully, but it actually is something that the sleep debtors are doing. What about that? James, can we arrest the AI? I don't know if that'll work.
sheriff who forces everyone to sleep a lot.
But there's a twist. He's secretly robbing everyone at night.
Now we're cooking. Maybe it's like there's this currency, but our story is focused in a western town, and like he's using.
Oh, why does it have to be in a western town? Like what? Like Austin? Like what do you mean? Like western town? Do you mean like actual like out like Jim West is over there or something? Like desperados and Indians and shit? Like do you mean like that? Like, bro, I want to. Let's talk, Doug. I have concepts. I will give you, but well, not give. I would need like 5 to 10%, but I will help you with your story. All right. Yes.
this system in a corrupt way. Yeah? All right, no more gay.
Stop asking for gay oh my god, dude. Look, this you do realize that they're asking for this just to like piss him off. They're not asking for it to actually create a story, a proper cohesive story around a gay sheriff. You do know that, right? All right. Oh my god. Look at sleeping makes you a gay cowboy in your dreams? What the heck? He's also secretly gay, but not really because everyone knows he's gay. He's the only one who thinks he's hiding it. Okay. All right. We love gays, make it gay. Why you sound like Cartman? Dr. Fishboner. That's a nice name for coincidentally for the guy making this comment. All right, I feel like he's Cartman in disguise. Make it gay! Make it lame and gay! All right, let's go.
The gay is not going to be a core part of this. We can ask Lexter about certain characters' sexuality later. We are on a high level right now.
Yeah, this isn't like you could add that later. This is the fundamental skeleton of the story you're trying to pitch, okay? Like that stuff can come afterwards.
Okay, all right, let's pitch this to Lexter.
Like if they said black, right? I would still say the same thing. It doesn't matter what the guy looks like yet. We're just trying to figure out the concept.
Okay, Lexter, we're developing our Western sleep debt idea a little bit. Currency is earned by sleeping. And then in this small town that we follow in the Wild West, for some reason, the sheriff is really aggressive about forcing everybody to sleep because he's actually secretly robbing everyone at...
I just saw some of the comments in the chat. They're calling him some mean things just because he, like, even slightly put down the desire to like make the main character gay as frame one in the concept. Oh my god, dude. They're just so wrong for that, dude. They're so wrong for that. Like, he didn't say the character won't be gay. He just said, can we focus on like the most important parts first? And the chat's like, that is the most important part of the story, that he's gay. Oh my god, man. This is so funny. His chat is so wild, bro. Like, it's just so unhinged. Way more unhinged than you guys, which I really appreciate, by the way.
Night. Oh, I forgot the Twitch chat AI has been going this whole time. Oh, God.
It sounds like most people are on board with this plot.
Thank you, Twitch chat AI.
Now, that's marginally less embarrassing.
Wow.
Currency earned by sleeping. That's dystopia with a juicy twist. Slumberjack capitalism, if you will.
Okay,
the
that's a
sheriff
good title.
forcing naps
That's
so
a
he
good
can rob
title.
the town at night. That's deliciously crooked, practically begs for a Coen Brothers tone, with a side of Soderbergh's sleaze.
What?
You've got a hook now.
I have no idea who they are.
Lean into the absurd logic of sleep as wealth and build the town like it's built on dream-stained gold. Unforgiven meets Brazil with a sedative.
What that sounds like to me is create this world where the economy hinges on this concept of making money by sleeping.
Chaser.
Brazil? I'm sorry, what does Brazil have to do with this? Brazil is a movie. The movie is set in Brazil?
No, it's called Brazil, I think.
Deep in the Wild West of Sao Paulo. A society
Oh,
is
okay.
run entirely on currency earned by sleeping.
Do you know what? I just thought about this. Do you know how quiet and calm a town would look if this was the case? Imagine, if you will, if you could earn money just by sleeping. Do you know what people would do? They would try to build their business on operating when people are sleeping. For example, what if you could earn money as a teacher but also earn extra money by only having your classes while you're sleeping? Like, you have a software or something you're running where you're sleeping, but in a virtual world or in the dream world, you're teaching people in class. For teachers who don't make a lot of money, that could be very appealing. They get that their body gets rest, and they get to make money as on the side, in addition to what they make for sleeping. Make from teaching, for example. So imagine how many other businesses could take advantage of that. Plus, in a world where everyone is sleeping, because it's so much more profitable to be sleeping to make money doing things than being up and doing things, certain businesses might only be up at night or when people are at least up the most, right? Or the streets would be so much quieter because everyone is sleeping. There's less cars on the streets. It almost feels like a ghost town. But no, everyone's just sleeping. It looks like crime is down. It's one of the safest towns in the world on the surface, it feels like. They promote it as the safest town in America because everyone is working while sleeping. People who want, even people who are poor or homeless, instead of going and stealing things and risking going to jail or getting hurt, they just go to sleep because they make money by sleeping. So they're not really, so they promote it as this utopic kind of place where nothing bad can happen, or is reaching the point of utopia, but on the surface something dastardly is happening. Right? What do you guys think? That's kind of smart. What do you guys think, man? That's genius. I think it's pretty good. For just making something up right on the spot, I think it's pretty good.
I'm going to pitch this to Lexter.
Get ready this summer for Slumberjack Capitalism. Deep in the Wild West of Sao Paulo, an alternate world where our society is run entirely on currency earned by sleeping. Your only path forward in this world is to make sure you sleep enough every night. Fall into sleep debt, you'll be tossed into prison in an instant. The story follows one man who uncovers a plot by the local sheriff to rob the town while everyone sleeps. It's a Western. It's a comedy. It's in Brazil. It is Slumberjack Capitalism.
I think we're cooking. I think this
Chad, is he cooking, yes or no? Be honest. Be honest.
is actually getting kind of cool. And now
It's getting a little bit better, I will say that.
Slumberjack capitalism sounds like the bastard child of Sergio Leone and Terry Gilliam, and I mean that in the least insulting way possible. Setting it in a Wild West Sao Paulo, inspired chaos, ripe for surreal visuals and satirical teeth.
Okay.
You've got genre whiplash, but if you treat it like a fever dream wrapped in cowboy hats and REM cycles,
That's
it
our
might
type
just
of
sing.
movie.
Just promise me the sheriff snores like a chainsaw and someone dies via sleepwalking, then I'm in.
Oh, okay.
The dying by sleeping part, see what I'm saying? We have to put some extra stakes in here. We have to put some stakes in this concept. If someone is uncovering a plot, then there needs to be some type of danger for him poking his nose where it doesn't belong. Right? The concept where I introduced before about people dying in their sleep and not having a way to prove that someone is making that happen instead of just naturally happening as a cover-up for a very insidious plot, that is something that can go here. That's what I think.
That is actually a really good idea. Okay, we need to have like a sleepwalking scene. I looked up some different story structure techniques.
Oh my God. The way they kill them is by inducing them into a dream so surreal and lifelike that they begin to sleepwalk, and they direct the person sleepwalking into like oncoming traffic or into a situation where they are going to die, like fall off a bridge or something. You know what I mean? That could be insane.
One that I saw called Kill the Cat or Do the Cat. Does anybody know the name of it?
I hope it's not
with a
called that.
cat. It's related to a cat. Save the cat. Okay. We start with an opening image, a snapshot of the character's world. We state the theme. There's a message hinted early on. We establish the characters. We lay the groundwork. The inciting incident that changes everything. The protagonist resists the journey or change, and we break into Act 2. They enter a new world. What are we thinking?
Okay.
Open on gay... not gay.
Stop
Open
it.
on Sao Paulo, Brazil. We've infiltrated his mind. People sleeping everywhere. A tumbleweed rolls by. I don't think those are in Brazil, but that's fine. Actually, you guys. All right, everybody say the name of our protagonist. Go now. We have the Twitch chat AI listening to you guys.
wait,
What is
the names
the
they
name
give
of our
them? I'm
protagonist
curious.
for our movie?
They like Napoleon.
What?
What? Did anybody
No
say
one
that?
said that.
Our hero.
No one said that. No one's the chat's spamming no. No one says Napoleon. The AI is just freaking lying. This is okay.
No one
No one
said
says
that.
that.
Yeah, guess one. That's fine. Our hero Napoleon is a
Oh my
sleepy
God.
boy, perpetually
A sleepy
up late at night
boy.
playing Chess. Okay.
Okay.
He owes debts from his chess matches, so the local sheriff keeps hounding him. Does this make any sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. I do like the concept of the main character being a former chess champion. What if he finds out about I guess some type of league where they play chess professionally, but they do it by sleeping. So they're playing chess in these surreal worlds and they're streaming it, and that's how they make the money. So this guy is out on his luck. He's a former chess champion. He's trying to get back into it. He hears his opportunity. He's going to be sponsored by this company promoting this chess league, this sleep chess league. Right? And he thinks he's lucky. He's about to get a bag. Like, I can't believe they found him and they're gonna do all this stuff for him. The deal is too good to be true. They send him to San Paulo. Put him up in a nice house, a nice apartment. You know, give him the device to sleep in. All he has to do is keep is win his games and help promote the brand. He meets another person. He meets a few other people who are also chess players that come into this thing. You know, and that could be a good end into the reason why how he finds out about this sus sleep operation, right? Okay.
I don't know if this makes sense. The moral is the sheriff is abusing the currency. Exciting incident that changes everything. Maybe the sheriff comes in and threatens to put him in jail unless... What is the hook? Unless what? We need something that calls our hero to action. Does this make sleeping pills like fraud?
No. You know what this does? That's a good question. In a world like this, sleeping pills probably get more expensive, especially for people who have a hard time sleeping. What if, guys, Napoleon, the chess boy, has insomnia, and that's why he's been having issues winning matches for the last several years, so he's on the brink of quitting becoming a professional chess player. Some type of trauma or some type of situation has made him an insomniac. He can't sleep, so now he's super tired. He can't perform at the highest level. An opportunity comes to resurrect his chess career, go to Sao Paulo, become a sleep chess player, and they will provide him with these new sleeping pills that help people not only sleep, but also get better access to this sleep world where they can make this money. It's almost too perfect. He doesn't have a choice. Might as well give it a shot. Resurrect his career, make some money, and live in an otherwise utopic world where there's no crime, everyone's nice to each other, they're all refreshed and, sleeping. Yeah, what do you guys think? This idea is good, low-key. I think so. I think there's a chance. And he could be gay, guys. He could be gay. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, if you guys want to add that in there, I feel like his chat does for sure.
So there's a sleeping pill market? A hook.
Yes. It's like a special sleeping pill that directly helps them access this sleep world to get the money. Not any sleeping pill. Although I do think there'll be fakes out there, and that overall the prices of sleeping pills, even the cheapest ones, go up drastically. Like beds. Having a good bed to sleep in, killer in the market. You'll make so much bank off the bed making business. I don't know what you call it. You know what I mean? Think about it. There's like cafes, like, you know how you have the net cafes where you can go and play games, whatever. What if it's like that, except it's like sleep cafes? The nicest beds in the world. You pay a premium, and you get taken care of. You're super relaxed. Get to just sleep undisturbed. Good opportunity, good market, I think, for that. Also could be a good opportunity for some very mischievous behavior to happen, too. Maybe some illegal activity. I don't know. Especially to get those sleeping pills.
This is what's at stake. What is at stake? Oh, okay, that's actually good. The sheriff says he'll be thrown in jail
Okay.
unless
Okay.
he starts selling black market melatonin, part of the sheriff's
What the
underground
heck?
gang. He has no choice.
He has no
but to join.
choice.
That's decent. All right, Lecter, we're
Uh,
developing our movie out. We open.
Actually,
in
I did not
Sao Paulo,
expect that.
Brazil.
I genuinely did not expect that angle. That could work. That could work. I'm down.
We see shots of people sleeping. Our hero, Napoleon, is a sleepy boy.
Sleepy
He
boy.
plays chess. And he
Sometimes, I you know what? More often than not, I do feel like a sleepy boy. I feel like this is just me.
can't get ahead in this world because he just doesn't sleep enough. However, the sheriff of this local town is hounding him because of his debt. We think, and then he comes in and threatens to put our hero Napoleon in jail.
He has to fix that up.
Unless Napoleon agrees to start selling black market melatonin, part of the sheriff's underground gang. Napoleon doesn't want to participate in such an illicit scheme, but he feels like he has no choice but to join.
All right. First off, Napoleon, a sleepy boy, is either the worst character intro I've ever heard or the most
Yes!
accidentally brilliant one.
Okay.
Either way, I'm not mad. The setup works. You've got dystopian pressure, moral stakes, and a bureaucratic villain with a drug ring. But here's the hole.
Okay.
If melatonin is black market gold,
Yeah.
why can't Napoleon sleep? That needs a concrete reason.
True.
Insomnia condition, trauma, sleep phobia,
True.
whatever. Just give it weight.
All right, so we need a reason.
Okay, this AI is kind of putting in some work. He's helping him patch the holes up in this, to be honest. I feel like my concept of him being sleep deprived and him unable to perform as a professional chess player is a good way to introduce the character as for a reason why he would come to Sao Paulo, as well as the chess league that that he's being sponsored for. That could be I think that will work out. I want to get out of this gay stream. What do you mean? This stream isn't gay. It's just a regular stream. I don't even think the main character is gay in this concept, is he? I don't even think it matters. Like, what are you talking about?
And why Napoleon doesn't sleep. He has nightmares. What if he has nightmares about a thing that resolves later? Nightmares about his failure. Nightmares. No.
Yeah, nightmares about his failure. He lost the championship. He can't win because he's. I let him say it.
Okay, this is dark. Hear me out.
Okay.
His dad sleptwalked right off the cliffs of Sao Paulo, Brazil, to his death.
So why would he return to Sao Paulo, the site of his trauma? What?
Ever since then, poor Napoleon has had sleep nightmares, wondering if he might also sleepwalk to his own demise. It turns out at the end of the movie, the sheriff was drugging his dad with melatonin, black market melatonin.
How would he? Just every night he's going into his house and just pouring him a glass of melatonin. I don't know how you take melatonin, but you see what I'm saying? Like, what the heck is that? What are you talking about?
And when that is revealed, then he gets over his nightmares, and that's how we conclude.
No, this sucks, dude. I'm Doug, Triple D. I love you, man. That sounds terrible. I'm just gonna say it, but I gotta be honest, bro. You honestly like that idea? Nightmares about his trauma, but that's like a okay. No, it's not absolute
Lexter,
cinema.
We've got an idea.
Get that outta
The reason he has
here.
nightmares is because his dad sleptwalked to his death off of the cliffs.
I don't mind
of
the sleepwalking into his death thing. I don't like the way he sets it up. Why? The why?
Sao Paulo, Brazil. And it turns out that the sheriff was actually the one who drugged his father into doing that. And once the movie resolves, then he figures it out, and then he stops having nightmares. Yeah?
No.
Sure, but which dad?
Sure, but which Yo, chat is not giving up, bro. Chat is not giving up. Chat is not giving up on adding this concept into the. Oh my god. Chat is like, okay, so if the main character isn't gay, that's okay. But he has to have two dads. That is funny, dude. Like they are trying to strong arm Doug into
Fine. He can have two gay dads. Well,
Yes.
that's fine.
Finally,
What if he has two dads but they're not gay? Is that possible? That'd be so funny to try to like explain that one. But anyways, okay, he has two dads now.
You're
Okay.
bringing me something that smells like sizzling meat instead of boiled cliché
Let's not talk about sizzling meat right now. He has 2 dads.
stew.
Ooh.
Sleepwalking death off a Brazilian cliff. Tragic, cinematic, and just the right amount of ridiculous. And the sheriff drugging his dad. That's greasy, sinister gold. Makes the sheriff not just a greedy bastard, but a personal demon.
Okay.
The nightmares as trauma?
Lecture's a fan.
Perfect. You've just
Okay.
given Napoleon a psychological arc, a mystery backbone, and a reason why sleep, literal currency, is also his curse.
Okay, we got Lecture's approval. I think we
Huh,
got
okay.
our opening.
Okay, I love all these ideas, but I gotta focus on the story and narration at this point.
I mean, yes, thank you. So I think we've
This AI is not helping. Okay, I think someone in the chat wants him to be bi now. Okay. Just not, he's not focused on the mission here. He's focused on his own personal goals, I guess.
kind of got our first act, and we're in to act 2. All is lost. Realization that Sheriff is the one who drugged his father. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
act 2. He joins the melatonin gang. Let's keep this high level. Okay. Funny comedy scenes of him selling black market melatonin. Ironically,
Okay.
the work makes him tired enough to get good sleep. He starts to think about his problems
Okay.
more because of it. We need a reason the sheriff drugged his father. That's true. Oh, his
Okay.
father was the former sheriff. Yes, that's it. Okay. The new sheriff wanted him gone so that he could run his black market melatonin ring with no opposition. What?
So why would you become the sheriff? I forgot they are in the West, the wild, wild West. So, oh man, if this wasn't a Western, this would make so much more sense. This would be so much more cohesive, because you could at least introduce technology that would make sense, the way people would be able to make money by sleeping. You know what I mean?
It's our ending. Okay, hold on. Let's ask Lexter. What we're thinking is that Napoleon starts working for the sheriff. There's a bunch of funny comedy scenes, but because he's so
Wait, what? Does James not realize he has the crowd control link on his... Are you serious? I thought I got rid of it. What the hell? Okay, it was... oh my god, anyways.
tired and stressed from the work, he actually is able to sleep more. And he comes to the realization that the sheriff is bad or whatever. And
Yeah,
so he
bad or
confronts the
whatever.
sheriff. No, wait, maybe he actually finds notes in the sheriff's office about
Why would he leave... Okay. Notes. Okay.
how the sheriff is actually the one who drugged his father with melatonin so that he would sleepwalk because the sheriff wanted to become the
Actually, I have a question for you guys. If we followed more or less my idea, where a lot of this is happening in the dream world, and he has to like figure out this mystery by looking at clues in dreams, is there a risk that this becomes more like that? What's the name of that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Inception, I think it's called. Is there a risk of it following too much of that formula if we do that? What do you guys think? That might be too close to that concept where people might not like it for that reason. Although that movie hasn't been out in a very, very, very long time. I don't recall any films in recent memory that kind of piggybacked or played on that concept to the degree that we're thinking. It's been there for a few dreams. I thought I had turned it off. At one point, he could end up in the sheriff's dream, and that's how he finds out the information. I think that's a good point, Zenith. I think it's a good point, actually.
sheriff because he wasn't the sheriff before. His father was the sheriff, and now with the new sheriff, he can do the drugs unimpeded. Also, we need then what happens?
So here's how you plate this absurd feast. Napoleon starts sleeping more, finally earning currency,
Yes.
rising socially,
Yes.
even having brief moments of almost liking his job.
Yes.
Stockholm Syndrome
Okay, love it.
meets economic sedation. Then,
Ooh.
boom, he finds the sheriff's secret logs, old dosage
Okay.
records, forged documents,
This is all
maybe even
good.
a sleep diary in his dad's handwriting.
Sleep diary.
Ooh.
The sheriff wasn't just
Okay.
trying to become sheriff, he was creating a network of loyal, over-sedated citizens to run a dream state drug ring, laundering
Dream state
melatonin
drug
through
ring.
forced naps. What happens next?
Okay.
Napoleon
Here we go. We
fakes
need
a
the hook.
full-blown sleep addiction. pretends to join the sheriff's inner circle, Samsa inner Schulz, Nans
What? Did he just break? Did you just break the bot, dude?
Sajan Sai Sai Stai Didi, yes sir.
What?
Then stages a
You see what I'm saying? This is why you don't use AI to help you make a full-blown script, because then they occasionally get put on drugs, and you get Irvis Murber's Burger, and then that's what happens. Exactly.
wide insomnia rebellion. Think Magnolia meets Blazing Saddles. And yes, someone needs to duel in a pillow fight, preferably at high noon, in pajamas.
Wait,
What?
Why?
Why?
Why did he suggest that?
Because
Okay, what-
your whole thing is absurd to begin with. So he's like, why not add my own flair to it? Pillow fights. Okay.
Oh, we don't have any time, so our Western ends. Napoleon confronts the sheriff.
Yeah,
They have a pillow fight duel at high noon. Napoleon wins.
Yeah, high noon especially because they both on drugs.
The movie ends with him sleeping soundly. Before Scott joins, we have to get a pillow fight. One really quick important thing, though, that you guys need to be able to start saying when we get to the end, okay? Something that Scott talks about in the show that he and both Steven Soderbergh, who is like incredibly successful, really good film director, is that, wait, is Scott listening? Okay, well, hold on. No, just get ready. There's a special ending, okay? Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Hello. Hi there. Thank you so much for doing this.
Let's see how he likes it, man.
I really am like very excited to do this. This is Scott C. Burns, a very accomplished screenwriter and filmmaker who has done a whole lot of different projects. One you might have heard of is Contagion.
I need to move my video, my camera, because we're the guest on the screen is being covered by me. What a shock. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see if he likes it.
If you guys watched that during the pandemic or before the pandemic, which was a very prescient film, I think. And then this show that Scott just made, What Could Go Wrong, is, I don't even know how you describe it in an elevator pitch. It's partially about making the sequel to Contagion, but turns into a discussion around the impact of AI within the creative industry, which is something I have been thinking about.
You can listen to this on Audible, guys. I might listen to this. I mean, I use Audible. I have a lot of stuff I haven't finished listening to on Audible. I might listen to this.
And talking about a lot for the last year or so. So our plan over the next hour is we've been working on a little movie pitch together, and I'm going to pitch that to you and see what you think.
Very excited to hear it.
There might be a few holes. Lexter gave some good feedback as well as some criticism. And the name is his, by the way. I do want to, if you know, can we just actually first get a quick just heat check on that? What do you feel about the name Slumberjack Capitalism?
That sounds like a Lexter name.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would let Lexter name anything. Certainly not a movie I wrote or a child, maybe a cocktail, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it that.
Name.
I never
was
liked
not
it
impressed
anyway.
with our premise at first, but we slowly won him over. I don't know if you looked them over in advance. I had a couple movie premises for you.
What would you guys name this movie? I genuinely don't know what I would call it. What would you guys call this movie? Maybe like a really cool name to draw people to like consider watching this if this was a film. Sleepy Boy? Would we call it Sleepy Boy maybe? Sleepwalkers? The Sleeping Pills trademark. Oh, okay, all right, I see what you did there. Sleeper Agent. Let's go. Okay. Dude, I like that one. Sleeper Agent. You've seen this video before. Did you take it from this video? Don't try to steal someone's titles, man.
I should tell you that nobody gave me your pitches to look at. So,
I think that's better.
okay.
Yeah, I'm curious what you think of them.
I'm happy to listen to them cold.
Scott, if I may, I would like to present to you our movie written by DougDoug, Twitch Chat, and Lexter, called
Slumberjack Capitalism.
Deep in the wild west of Sao Paulo, an alternate world, a society run entirely on currency earned by sleeping. Your only path forward in this world is to make sure you sleep enough every night. If you fall into sleep debt, you'll be tossed into prison in an instant. The story follows one man, Napoleon, who uncovers a plot by the local sheriff to rob the town while everyone sleeps. It's a Western, it's a comedy, it's in Brazil for some reason, it's slumberjack capitalism. So, you know, if you were a movie executive, what would your take be?
Already, the way this is gonna go in the garbage, isn't it? Oh my god.
Well, I think my first comment would be not horribly bad.
Okay, we'll take that. That I think is a win.
Okay. He loves
There
it. He did not
probably
say
is a
that.
place for this somewhere in the world. I think it'd be interesting to contemplate.
I feel like this, for some reason, I don't know why I thought this just now, but this should be in a more metropolitan area. I feel like this should be, or even in like somewhere in California or in New York. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. See, it's a Western, so that kind of ruins it for me. Like, I really feel like that Western part ruins it, because I feel like I would want more modern elements, futuristic elements in this film. But anyways.
Depending on what you dream, do you get paid more or less? Like, is there any sort of sliding scale?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a good point. We were considering going down the dream angle, but
Because you know how people are, man. They always try to put people in a box or in a hierarchy based on the dumbest stuff, right? So if this economy is coming up, then people are gonna try to socially rank themselves based on something related to this economy. So like, oh, I'm a S rank sleeper agent or something like that, where my ideas or my dreams get me the most money, so I'm able to spend that, redeem it on all this cool stuff. And like, I look like, so when everyone's awake, they see my house. My house looks like a mansion. Like, I make all this money. The girls want to be with me. Like, the girl, you know what I mean? The girls want to sleep with me, but not in a different way, because they get to also make, you know, see, sleeping with somebody is a lot. The concept of that is a lot different in this world than what you thought it was just now in your head, because you weird. You see that? You see that? See, that could be interesting. That could be something funny to play with, actually. You could actually use that as a scene to, like, trick the audience into thinking they're going to go to the bedroom to do bake some cake or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But no, they're actually going to just genuinely sleep together because they make more money doing it that way. You see what I'm saying? And the guy's like, aw. He was looking for something else. He thought it was going to be something else, but no, they're just sleeping to make some extra money together because it benefits them both. Yeah.
What?
That'd be funny. That'd be a funny scene.
we're worried that this is already convoluted enough. Actually, let me rephrase that. I was worried it was already convoluted enough. My viewers were very enthusiastic about dreams also being added in. Why don't I give you the rest of the actual full story pitch and see what you think?
Yeah. I want to hear.
We open on Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is a world where all currency is earned by sleeping. Our hero, Napoleon, is a sleepy boy. That line was both hated and loved by Lexter, by the way. He has nightmares every night because his dad, middle of the night, walked right off a cliff of Sao Paulo. Now Napoleon has nightmares every night because he's worried he'll do the same. So he's incredibly sleep deprived. He owes massive debts from his lack of sleep, and the local sheriff keeps hounding him. The sheriff starts to threaten him more and more, saying he'll be thrown in jail unless he joins the black market melatonin ring that the sheriff is running. And Napoleon has no choice but to join. So that's our Act 1.
Got it.
Act 2, now Napoleon is embroiled with this corrupt sheriff. We also wanted it to be a comedy, so this is where there are funny comedy scenes of him selling black market melatonin, and ironically, the work and stress makes him tired enough to finally get good sleep. He's able to sort of think about his problems more because of it. Lexter pitched the idea of it's a Stockholm Syndrome kind of situation. But as part of this, he finds shocking evidence in the sheriff's office. He finds the sleep diary from his former father that shows
His former father. Just because he's dead doesn't mean he's not his former father anymore. He's just his dead father. His formerly living father.
father had no sleep problems. He realizes that the sheriff is the one who drugged his father with melatonin because his father was the former sheriff, and the new sheriff, we should have had names in retrospect, the new sheriff wanted to get rid of the old sheriff so that he could run his black market melatonin ring with no opposition. This kicks off Act 3, the climax.
All right.
And Scott, I want to just point out here before I pitch this, the climax, we were starting to run out of time. This is basically verbatim what Lexter suggested at this point in the movie. So, you know, we'll see what your response
As if the parts that he didn't suggest were much better, but okay.
is. Napoleon confronts Sheriff at high noon, and they have a pillow fight. And the movie ends with Napoleon sleeping soundly at the end of a long and storied battle, now that he knows that sleepwalking is not actually part of his family. And ultimately, it's about hope. And that's where we'd like to end.
Always. You got to always end with
Yes,
hope.
increase the font. It makes it better.
I had that
The
written
font
there
size.
no matter what the movie was going to be.
I now write it before I even go into the room. Just
Okay.
on like the back of my head.
This is a story about hope. A man finds hope through sleep. And blah, 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 coming this summer. All right. I think the name of this movie should be Gay Dreamers because the main character is gay and it's about sleeping. Nowhere in this diatribe did they said the man was gay. You are what? Okay.
And
So you don't have to hold any punches. This is a collaborative effort. What do you think?
All right.
well, with this pillow fight,
Yes.
I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
It feels to me like you just turned it into a kid's movie.
Yeah, there's a bit of I think a conflict between this ending and the entire
I don't know why I thought at least at one point in this movie, someone was going to die. I don't know, like, I figure at the end, like, the bad guy and the main bad guy and the protagonist are going to fight. It may be, like, the sheriff falls asleep and doesn't wake up again, which is because of something. I don't know.
rest of the premise.
If you're going to go with melatonin, you probably should have just stayed in Druglandia and gone with caffeine and Provigil and cocaine.
That's a good point.
Wow. I never even thought about cocaine. Very interesting.
Yeah, we sort of just lean harder into the drug angle as an ending point.
Yeah, I
The
feel
interesting-
like drugs, I feel like the concept of drugs is a major component in this film. So it needs to be something about it whether we're talking about the sleeping pills or the melatonin or whatever, that is also potentially the key or reveals a key to Napoleon's, being successful or coming out on top at the very end, right? Like some way he can use it to solve everything that's happening and defeat the sheriff, I guess.
Thing about this is like the wealthiest person in town would be someone who never wakes up.
Wow,
That's fair. I like that. I like that concept. In fact, I think I think the sheriff can be there, but I don't think he should be the top guy that is causing all these issues for Napoleon that killed his father. I think it should be like the CEO of a massive organization or corporation in the town that is promoting all this sleeping stuff, and he's doing all this stuff underneath the hood. And he's the one that the sheriff answers to. The reason why Napoleon's father, is dead. The reason why this town, the economy of the town, and probably even the half of the world is using this sleep economy to make so much money.
is interesting.
If you pointed that out to Lexter, what Lexter would say.
That's a good question. All right, let's actually incorporate him in a little bit here. Hi, Lexter. I'm here with Scott Z. Burns, and we're going over our movie Slumberjack Capitalism. Scott is suggesting the person who would be wealthiest in this society is the one who is basically never waking up. Do you have any ideas of how to incorporate that? Maybe even into the pillow fight that you suggested at the end. What I found interesting about watching the Audible show is that I felt that Lexter often had interesting premises, and then your contributions made it substantially more interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's how it should go, right? I think that's how it's supposed to be. You shouldn't be like relying on completely the AI to write everything for you. We're just not there yet, and we hopefully never get to that point.
Generally, I feel like you can get kind of a big idea from an AI,
Yeah.
but getting it to connect two different big ideas is not its jam. And so you sort of have to help find the similarities. And in a way, that's not surprising to me. I don't know that it would organically know to do that.
Yeah.
That is my experience as well. All right, well, we've got an answer from Lexter. He is excited to talk to you again.
Oh, Scott Z. Freaking Burns is in the room. Fantastic. A man who actually understands satire with a pulse. Now let's make this ending sting like a narcoleptic scorpion. The idea that the richest person is someone who never wakes up? That's your ultimate dystopian punchline. Here's how you thread it in. The sheriff's master plan isn't just drug pushing, it's creating the perfect sleeper. A comatose figurehead whose sleep generates infinite wealth while he controls the town under their name.
That's OD. I like that. I like that, dude. Perfect Sleep is the title of the movie, guys. The title of the movie is Perfect Sleep. That's fire.
Maybe it's a secret vault bed in the sheriff's lair with a sleeping beauty hooked up to an IV drip of industrial melatonin and white noise machine. In the final pillow fight, Napoleon gets thrown into that.
We're not losing the pillow
Confronts this vegetative wealth idol and realizes the system literally rewards total unconsciousness. He snaps, he tears the place apart, he ends it all by staying awake, breaking the system's core rule. It's a revolution built on insomnia. He may lose all his money, but he wakes the town up, literally.
Wow.
Also, yes, that pillow fight better be filmed like The Revenant meets a Tempur-Pedic commercial.
Okay.
I'm going to say that was quite good. I was very impressed with across the board. That was good. And I appreciate that he sticks to his guns of the pillow fight. I still have no clue how that came
I
into
respect
the picture,
it, but I
similar
hate it
to when
still.
you tried to convince him to change the name of the Contagion sequel that you were working on.
Okay.
He does not seem to want to lose the pillow fight.
There are some things Lexter just doesn't want to give up.
All right, Lexter, we've been chatting about it a bit. Love the idea, the Sleeping Beauty concept, really smart. Question from Scott. Do you feel like that Sleeping Beauty character is male or female? This ultra-rich person that's sort of being either created
I never
or,
thought about it.
or
I don't know if that
harnessed
matters,
or
but
what
okay.
exactly is going on here. On top of that, neither of us are really feeling the pillow fight. I think my Twitch viewers are still pretty on board, but Scott and I aren't quite bought in. Could you sell us a bit more?
Someone saying the person who is perpetually asleep, the richest person in town, is either his divorced wife, a rich lesbian woman, or a gay cowboy. I swear to God, these people are just so dead set on this, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would just love any relation to the rest of of the movie, really.
I feel like
The
it'd be cool for him to be
barest
related to the
thread,
main
and
character,
I'm on
though.
board, but boy, he has not given us that so far.
All right, here we go.
Oh, okay, it's a big one.
All right, fine. First, Sleeping Beauty, gender. Easy. Female, and not because of the trope, but because we weaponize the trope. She's the ultimate symbol of passive femininity repurposed as capitalist machinery.
Jesus
a woman whose
Christ.
only value is her unconscious productivity.
What?
Now let's talk about
Yo,
your
I was not expecting him to say that. Holy
pillow
crap.
fight version, you joyless grown-ups. It's not a goofy pillow fight, it's absurdist violence. A stylized showdown where the entire town turns their sleep tools into weapons. Weighted blankets as nets, lavender spray as tear gas, melatonin darts. It's surreal, not slapstick. You shoot it like the Wild Bunch if Peckinpah had Ambien. It's a thematic middle finger to the system. They've weaponized rest, now Napoleon's weaponizing it back. And yes, there
Okay.
should be feathers. So many feathers it looks like God sneezed through a chicken coop.
I'm curious before we dive into the details of
What
the pillow
the
fight.
heck?
When you've been in
He
action,
really wants that chicken fight, man. He did a pretty decent job of almost selling it to me. So it's almost like you take the dream world and all these items and things you put in the world that are normally there for comfort and relaxation and to enhance your sleeping experience, they somehow get transformed through imagination and the system into weapons of mass destruction. I take this item that was normally used for this, I manipulate the system's algorithm or something, the data, and now it's a weapon that will kill you in your sleep. That is the pillow fight. It's called a pillow fight to be funny on the surface and silly on the surface, but in reality, it's a lot more devious and threatening and more life endangering than than the name would imply. Okay, all right, I see where this is going. All right, dude, I'm about it.
cool movie pitches with executives, or you're hearing a pitch yourself,
Yeah.
If you pushed back on an idea and the person responded with the level of intensity and stubbornness that Lexter does, would that be a sort of admirable trait of a creative who won't compromise their vision, or an extreme red flag?
Vision. huh?
Generally, I have found that if the person you're pitching to just doesn't get what you're talking about, that's a pretty good indication that you're like in the wrong room talking to the wrong person. Because if they don't get it in that moment, they're not going to get better as you go through the process.
That makes sense. To cap off this to the end of what's the title again?
So you hear that, right, guys? Like, if you're trying to pitch a concept or something or a film to someone like him, you got to be able to budge a little bit and be able to like collaborate with him as they go over the. If you're being too stubborn, even if you have a good reason, if you don't understand where he's coming from, they're already thinking about kicking you out the door before the conversation's over. The point is to stay as long as you can, right?
Slumberjack capitalism with the, let's say, adjustments and that final note by Lexter.
Wow.
What do you think about the movie as a whole? Does it land? Would you?
Hey, what's up,
if
dude?
you had the checkbook, would you send it?
All right,
What?
The title has to go. That's
Yes.
the problem. I think it'd be cooler if somehow or another the sleeping person was maybe like Napoleon's ex, and that
Let's
the
go!
sheriff had kidnapped
Yes!
her and like hidden her.
Wow.
So that like he had to rescue her.
Oh my God! What if he thought that she also died through sleepwalking, like his father did, but in reality she was kidnapped. Her death was fate, and she was used to power this empire through her sleep because she was one of the most important. Because she was one of the main people involved in the creation of this system, and they wanted to keep her mouth shut. But because she had so much knowledge and valuable information that they could use, they didn't want to kill her outright, so they decided to go to do it this way. And keep her perpetually asleep while siphoning her information, her knowledge, her system to massively generate this money and keep this empire running. What if that is what it is? Yo, that's kind of crisp, dude. What the heck? And he never knew. He never knew it was part of this program because it was a top secret program created by the government. Let's go. I think Candace Owens would even like this.
Although, does she even like want to be rescued? Because if you wake her up to tell her she's been kidnapped, that's its own complicated problem.
Ooh, yeah.
And she would be rich.
She would be really rich.
So she's in the Matrix
wouldn't
now?
It be a bad thing to wake up and be told that you're like the wealthiest person in town.
But what if she was kidnapped, then the dream world they put her in order to keep her calm, or to keep her relaxed and prevent her from realizing that she's in the dream world, because she would know more than anybody else what a dream world looks like. So in order to keep her sedated and under control, they put her in the dream world that is a replica of the perfect world that she always wanted to be in with her husband. So she's in this dream world with her, who she thinks is her husband. They have 2 kids. She's been living this life for years. She's completely convinced that this is real. I like where this is going.
So that's one thing. I actually kind of find the notion of this absurdist pillow fight sort of growing on me now.
Really?
Like if you were using the sheets to like strangle somebody, like you could really make this fairly miserable, blood on the feathers.
Chat wants the person sleeping to be his hot, rich ex-husband. The main character's hot, rich ex-husband. You gotta stop, bro. Oh, Asriel VT, thank you so much for the follow.
This is maybe even a better name than
What's up,
Slumberjack
Mia?
Blood on the
Capitalism. I don't
feathers.
know.
Oh, man.
Oh, my
International
God, bro.
releases. Blood on the feathers.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. I'm going to keep this
Blood
in
on
mind
the
and
feathers.
maybe
That's
just
an
go ahead and
interesting
pitch it to Universal and see what they think.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would
let
like
me
an
know.
EP credit at this point.
Okay, yeah, you're on. So it's the 4 of us now co-authoring, which I still, in the show you explore
This
it a
looks
little
fun.
bit. So I'm still actually not clear how authorship would work if, in this case, I know that's an ongoing copyright issue and question.
Yeah, Steven asked me in the show, ultimately, who owns that idea? I know that when you talk to the people at the AI companies, they're like, well, of course you do. You're the person who started the conversation. So I think until an AI can like tap you on the shoulder and start the conversation, we're probably in control, or at least have the illusion of control.
The illusion.
That's my understanding as
Yeah.
well. There's a lot of interesting legal precedent.
The other thing that would be really fun to do do with this pitch is run it by my agent Babs. I don't know if you ever got her hooked up.
I didn't. I would love to, yeah.
That'd be
She
fun.
would just probably swear at you a lot.
Yes. For those who are curious, so in the show, Scott makes an AI version of his own agent and then is talking with her for advice as well as having her part of the pitch meetings or talking with executives, I guess. And
My
she
God.
just becomes incredibly aggressive and antagonistic. I assume that's a similar answer
That's
to
funny.
the previous question.
That's
if
funny.
somebody like that existed in real life, if your agent actually treated a studio executive like that, I assume there would not be a ton of leeway, but maybe if the agent was just killer, had knocked out of the park on every project, they might sort of allow her to do it.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they wouldn't be getting a lot of repeat business. I'll just put it
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I think so too. Yeah.
It was very ridiculous.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
for the
crazy.
sake of time,
That's
I don't
funny.
think we'll be able to have you and
What's up,
Lexter
Mia? Oh,
flesh
thanks,
out an
man.
entire
Appreciate it,
movie,
Mia.
But I think it would be fun to kind of
Thanks for
pitch you some
coming.
of these premises, these elevator pitches. First up, spoiler alert. Scientists discover an accurate method of predicting exactly how long relationships will last. Couples grapple with knowing precisely when and how love will end. That's number one.
Wow.
Number two, the truth serum virus. A mysterious illness spreads across humanity. Suddenly, every human experiences severe neurological pain if they attempt to lie. Society grapples with sudden transparency and exposed secrets.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. Isn't it just Liar, Liar, like the Jim Carrey movie, except more serious? Like more serious stakes? Isn't that just Liar, Liar? I don't know, man.
Out of character. Actors become permanently stuck behaving as the last character they portrayed.
Oh,
Society
my God.
struggles as fictional villains, heroes, and sidekicks populate everyday life.
That's hilarious. That would be such a funny movie, out of character. That actually, I would love to see a movie like this. What you would do is you would get a whole bunch of Hollywood actors to play like some of their most famous or parodies of their most famous characters that they've portrayed in film. Like, so Robert Downey Jr., either he would be like this wouldn't be the case because that's not the last character he portrayed, but he's most known for Iron Man, right? So what in this film you had like him do like a parody of Iron Man, or if you can find a way to get the paper to work, have him be Iron Man or think he's permanently behaving as if he's Tony Stark, which to be fair, he kind of feels like it anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Like that would be so hilarious. And then some other people would be something else, you know what I mean? That would be awesome, dude. I would love that. And James would be Rise. Oh, no. Guys, I said Hollywood actor. All right? I'm literally a nobody. No one would come to see the movie because James Brown is portraying Rise from Aphmau. All right? Stop the cap. Jesus Christ.
Love Potion. A computer programmer discovers a visual program that causes anyone who looks at it to fall madly in love with the next person they see.
Ooh, I like this one. Is fun too. These are some interesting concepts. Where were these at in the beginning? None of these. Did he change them up?
We have the demographic. Marketers accidentally create an all-powerful algorithm that knows exactly what every person secretly wants. Chaos ensues as people receive hyper-specific products catering to their most hidden desires, sparking existential crisis.
Wow.
Finally, the loneliness tax. In a society desperate to boost birth rates, the government institutes a steep tax on singles and childless adults, leading to a bizarre fake families, black market children, and an underground rebellion of singles.
Holy crap, dude. That last concept is OD. I don't know about the underground rebellion of singles. What, they just celibates? Are they called the celibates? Like what's up with that? I don't like were they hyper Christian? I don't understand that part. Why there would be a rebellion of it. But I like the concept of that world for the loneliness tax. That sounds insane. He wrote these up? Dude, I should have given. I didn't realize Doug was like this. Bro, each one of these concepts was kind of a banger. I'm not going to lie. Seriously.
Any of these jump out at you?
Well, some of them do. The first one is something that actually I think may have been very much like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
It's funny, you're one out of character. So a few years ago, I had this pitch that it was Halloween, and at the end of Halloween, nobody could get their costumes off, and their
Oh,
costumes
wow.
sort of became really who they were. So, like in this town, there were monsters and Batmans and all sorts of things.
So they wouldn't, it's not just they're stuck with the
so-
costume on, they start actually embodying and behaving as that going forward.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Two of those, I feel like, I don't know if I had the same idea, if that makes it really shitty and you should avoid it, or
I think it depends on the setting. So for his example, his was based off of Halloween, so it's probably more like a thriller, like a murder mystery, or even just like Halloween H2 of a little bit of, because I would imagine he would have some people playing some like Jason or some of the, because it's Halloween, right? So some more of the scarier characters. But what he could do is, since he put fictional villains, heroes, and sidekicks, he can make this more of like a superhero parody flick. So it can still be kind of serious, but it probably is more action comedy, more fun kind of film. I can see that happening. Kind of like a Wreck-It Ralph kind of situation, where you had so many different IPs and characters coexisting in the same world, but underneath are these real people who are just happen to be stuck with these outfits on, or are playing these characters. So yeah, I like this one.
if it maybe means it has potential. I still can't figure that out about my own ideas. Did you come up with these, or did like an AI help you? How did all these things come to be?
AI helped me. I assume.
Oh, I thought you made them up. Oh, I was gonna give you so much credit, bro. Dude, I thought, because some of these are really good. Actually, no, they're all really good.
It's roughly similar to how at least a lot of people in your field are working now, where I start with ideas, ask an AI for help. The AI help is usually pretty bad and pretty low quality, and then I adjust it from there.
There are people who work like that quite a bit. I mean, I'm in a writer's room right now for a TV show. We weirdly don't even use AI ever, even though I've said to the writers in the room, like, if you want to use it, let's talk about how we would use it. I think all of these are sort of things that feel in some ways slightly familiar, which isn't to say they don't work. You know, I think for a lot of people,
something
they
being
would
familiar
look
doesn't mean
at
it doesn't
them and
work.
go, oh, I could see how, like, starting with that premise, I might be able to build
Wrote it,
something
yeah.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna have you chat with Lexter, but I'm seeing people in chat, but a lot of people who are, I think, assuming that.
Look at someone said, Doug, this sucks. AI doesn't belong in art. That's always the weird subject to tackle when it comes to this. Like, personally, the goal should be to use AI as an assistant to what the human mind is going to create. Like an assistant, it shouldn't just take over or be the main factor. And that's what I think everyone's afraid of. It becoming the main creative force that basically removes the need for the human mind to be there. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Gonna be completely honest with you. Even at the highest caliber, someone's gonna have to operate this AI, and someone's gonna have to, like, at the very least, go back and forth with it. And like, even I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I don't think humans, like, I just don't. I think people want it to be. Some people do want it to be like a complete replacement for humans for various reasons, but whatever. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. At all.
Either the show or this stream is a sort of AI is good, which to me is not the conclusion about AI, and certainly not the conclusion about AI in art.
AI is useful. Whether it's good or bad depends on how you use it. That's how I kind of approach it.
And I think why I would recommend the show is because, from my perspective, I think it's a very genuine exploration of what are the good and bad of how AI is going to affect the industry. So given that people are talking about this right now, why don't we just dive into that a little bit, like open-ended discussion?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think ultimately this is what the show is about. But, you know, with how you feel right now, you talk in the show about the incredible challenges and worries that are coming with this technology. How do you feel that balance is landing right now in the industry?
I feel like the biggest danger to art is less about whether a writer uses AI to help with, you know, an idea or to accelerate the pace at which they do research. Like, I think all of us as writers have to decide what we're cool with and how you want to use stuff. I think the bigger danger is that if these things are really fed on the internet writ large, then the studios are going to come to us and our agents with ideas sort of like what you just did with me.
Yeah.
And, we're supposed to look at this menu and go, oh, cool. I could write love potion, whatever, or the demographic. And so that's a really big problem because when that starts happening, we're going to see the quality of work just get worse and worse and worse. And slowly we will suffocate in.
Another thing that I think would happen is if a company or a studio could use AI to create all these concepts, like let's say AI gets to a point where it does that, and then all they have to do is give this information to the writer, and then the writer builds off of that to create something, then it becomes a problem of who owns it and how much does the guy get paid for work that he wasn't even the author of, right? Because then they can say, well, we're going to pay you less. They could potentially say, we'll pay you to do the work, but only less because you're not the original author of it. Our AI that we built did this, and you're just working off of it. So you get paid less. They could try to. I'm telling you, some of these companies, they'd be trying anything they could to pay people less money and keep more in their pocket. They could try that, right? Like, can we all agree that someone is going to try it? Whether that's going to work or not, someone's going to try it.
Our own redundancy.
Yeah. I'm curious as it relates to that, how do you feel that somebody who's trying to get into the industry can navigate the situation right now? Because I think for people, myself included, somebody who's already in the industry, has connections, has experience, it's pretty easy for us to use these tools, and then it sort of does a lot of the work that maybe we would have had to do in the past, and it does it very quickly. But ultimately, we have the experience to oversee it and create something that is still impactful. However, for a lot of different industries, like animation, for example, I've spoken with animators about this, and the concern is, even if an AI can take over those entry-level roles in an animation studio and do the, for example, in-betweening of an arm moving, that if you don't have a human do that, then how will people ever learn to become the experts that oversee the AIs? And I think that's a real concern that I don't know how we
that's a good
tackle.
point.
I'm curious, have you talked about that with folks or thought about it at all?
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if there's animation right now from major studios where they do exactly this to save money, and they're testing it to see if people will notice if they get blowback on it, and just sneaking it in, like a scene here, a scene there, a couple of in-betweens here and there, just to see if they can get away with it.
A bit. I don't remember if it was in a David Mamet book, or I seem to think it may have been in a Walter Murch book called In the Blink of an Eye. It was this lament about what we lost when we became very reliant on an Avid, and that you could just type in the destination because everything was digitized. And so you lost the experience of having to look at everything on your way to the specific thing. And that act is really, I think, important and very
So you lose the journey in favor of a quicker destination.
human. It's sort of like when I meet people who listen to books at like 1.6 speed, I just have real doubts about, does your brain really process at that rate? Like that, I remain suspicious about. To me, the danger isn't really what I will lose as a writer. Like when you use Google, what are you losing? Like, am I really meant to go out into the world and find the answer to every question that I have or my characters have? I mean, at some point, you need to rely
on something else,
what other people have done and other people's research.
I'm curious, as part of that, how have people responded? Well, I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, go ahead.
How have people responded to the show in terms of your peers? Because I think it probably sounds like I'm just, sucking up to you, but
Richard drops.
I appreciated the show a lot because it is exactly having the conversations that I think are important, which is really examining all these different perspectives and being very honest about some people who are really super concerned about it. And you mentioned in the show that some folks who participate in it were concerned to even be involved in the first place because it had AI. And once you said, look, this is not about promoting AI, this is about a conversation about the good and bad impacts of it and what it's doing to this industry, then they sort of came on board. I'm curious if that's been your experience with a lot of different folks, or if it still feels somewhat tribal of people being really pro or really against in a pretty intense way.
I think inevitably when you have a conversation about AI, you're going to have some tribal mentality about people who are just gung-ho regardless of the application or what your explanation is. They will never say AI is useful because it feels like they're stepping off of their points or their argument, and as a sign of weakness, right? Like I said, I think AI overall is useful, but there isn't a mechanism that can really force people to use it in a proper, especially major corporations, the organizations and studios. There really isn't a way to like at least force them to do it in a moral way, or a way that won't allow them to justify slashing people's jobs or lowering the pay of people or outright replacing them, as many of them I believe want to do for their bottom line purposes. I know there's a middle ground where you can use both somewhere. The problem is no one in their right mind trusts the companies to do right by them. Eventually they're going to screw them over, and they'll find everything they can do they'll do everything they can to manipulate the system in their favor. That's what people should think they're going to do, because that's what usually happens. Yeah, that's just the problem with it, really. Like, I can see the value in it for like at least like writing and mechanics and or math. It's like, or even like, I mean, not just strictly for this, for like math. I mean, not math, but for writing, I can see the value in that. I've asked AI questions about certain things. To be fair, I've also asked AI questions about things, and the answer it gave me was like wrong, completely wrong. I had to correct it, which is a little annoying. But still, there's use for it. I like how everyone is focusing on the live stream while on YouTube chat is literally a pretend fight. Yeah. Rob, Richard, cut it out. This is very interesting. Yeah, Master J, this is actually, yeah, you're right. This is very interesting. Your Kirby plush is such a vibe, James. Thanks, Mia. I really appreciate it. I saw your comments. I was just trying to focus on the video, because they were talking about some really cool stuff. I got a question. Are you going to do any meet and greets? Not IRL meet and greets. I don't. I've been telling people if they want me to be at conventions, they should let the conventions know, so they'll reach out. But it's probably not. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm probably not gonna be at any conventions for the rest of the year. But what I did do is I've been trying to work with Streamily more to set up online events. So if you guys want to do meet and greets and have autographs signed, then we can do that live. As a matter of fact, at the end of this week, I think on Saturday, we are doing a Streamily. I'm actually going to post a video about it. So you guys can get it's already up, but I'll post it again later. But we will be having a Streamily event with more of the AFMAL voice actors this weekend, I believe. So, and many of us are doing signing events this month. I'm actually doing one towards the end of this month too. So, like, I've been doing a script writing class for college, and it's really intriguing. Plus, I understand some of the script terms. I don't understand any script terms, but I would love to be able to write a script or write a concept. I have two concepts in my head in particular that I've been just keeping there, and I feel bad about it but one of them in particular I really want to get fleshed out, and it's really important to me, and I really want to do that. I should probably learn something about it, about how to actually make, write and pitch and stuff like that. Making something for all my favorite YouTubers, VAs, really? Including you? Oh, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. This year's TwitchCon starts October 17th. Yo, let them know. I'll ask. I thought about potentially going to TwitchCon. It's just that, like, money. It's like, for me, it's always a money thing. That's really what it's about, guys. It's always been about a money thing. Being able to go. Maybe what I'll do is, because it's August, right? Maybe what I'll do is I'll make a goal, a donation goal, and if it hits a certain amount, then I'll go. I'll just go to the I'll go to TwitchCon, and that money would be just for, like, to get there and, like, to have a place to stay, while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Because TwitchCon is in California, right? So, like, it's close enough. I just need the. It's really just about the money to get there and stay there for the weekend. So maybe if I do something like that, even if we don't get like officially put there, I can at least be there and like post, I'll be here for a meet and greet really quickly if people want to see me real quick for like 30 minutes or an hour or something. We can do something like that. I don't mind. But like, let me know what you guys think. Like, type one in the chat if that's something you would like.
Guess my view
Doesn't have to be
is
TwitchCon.
this.
It could be something else.
There are people, even people
something
I work
like that
with
in the future.
who are vehemently anti-AI, and even beyond the people who talk about credit and compensation and all of the things that the Writers Guild would like for writers to be given. They just feel that it's making us dumber. It's doing all of these things. And first of all, I just want to say that as a writer, I think
everyone's saying F in the chat.
Screenplays is not nearly as important
That's
as
crazy.
some of the things that people in science are doing. And I think, like, I know someone right now who is in need of very, very complicated heart surgery, and they're building a digital twin of his heart so that the surgeon can practice on it before they crack his chest. I don't see anything really bad about that application.
Absolutely.
Which I'm sure involves AI.
Or just medicine that I've looked into. It's the one area where it's pretty hard to disagree with some of what AI is doing. Like, they're just incredible things happening in medicine.
This is the part about AI that people, genuinely people who have a soul or a heart, don't mind at all. We never look at that and say, this is bad, get rid of it. No one ever does that. We're never talking about that. Like, everyone thinks AI is perfect for stuff like that, like medicine and helping people survive.
Well, if it cures 800 diseases that we've never cured, sure, that's great. And obviously, it's much more nuanced and complex in creative industries.
But if you look at
the creative industry is where it's
diseases and that it can throw a million solves at a problem or combine a million drugs, you know, it's doing the same thing with us. And again, ultimately, somebody with something that is this vague, beautiful, bizarre idea called taste has to make a choice. I mean, even you just found out that, like, you and I may have an aversion to, like, a pillow fight at the end of a movie, but a lot of your listeners seem to be really jazzed about it. So I don't know exactly what the answer is.
I wonder if they're really jazzed about it.
I ever will. I don't even want to.
Sometimes
I just want to know sort of what the answer is for me at any given moment in time. And for me, the answer right now is to use it when I'm at the very widest part of the experience where it's like, okay, what's a cool way to think about the next pandemic?
That's fine. And then for the nuances and for this and sharpening certain points of your story, you don't need AI for that. I don't think so. I think just for, like, I was thinking about, like, I can see someone going, like, I have a story concept. Let me feed it to AI to, like, create the skeleton of it, and then let me fill in the gaps, and then you know, sharpen it up from there. I don't need the AI to write the whole story for me. I think that's fair.
It's not really in the show, but the way that we started was by asking scientists, couldn't you use this? Like, couldn't you use it to figure out where the greatest likelihood of some new virus jumping into humanity? And shockingly, they were like, well, we kind of already are.
Oh, interesting. I think that as I've been talking about this both on my streams and in my podcast, I think generally I have an audience that is more optimistic about AI, but there is just a ton of concern across a lot of industries. And this is software engineers and artists and, you know, folks working in medicine just across the board. Acknowledging that this will almost certainly change and is a complex issue, at least right now in July 2025, what would you say to people who are particularly are younger, entering a new career or thinking about it over the next 10 years, something like that? Maybe they're, 5 years in, of how to think about this stuff and maybe approach it.
You know, I was on a Zoom call with like 30 different writers and we were talking about AI and one of them was going on about creating a tool that would be able to tell us if AI was involved at all in the creation of a movie, and then making the streamer put some sort of identification either on the ones that did involve AI or like should
see, but no one wants that on their stuff, right? Because that's basically the AI version of a scarlet letter. No one wants that. No one wants that on their film. Oh, this film was created using AI. Exactly for that reason. Because there's so much vehement, like, this hatred for the concept of using AI for anything, good or bad. especially in the creative field, that people will look down your film regardless of the content. No one wants that.
We start labeling things so it would say, you know, only made by humans, or no machine was used in the creation of this story.
Yeah.
And everybody was sort of getting all excited about that. And then one of the writers said, do you really think that like the audience still cares? And
I think the audience definitely cares. But what I will say is, I do believe there are entities out there who are trying to convince the audience not to care and get them used to it little by little and desensitize them to it. Just like how you would desensitize an audience to like violence, for example, so that it becomes more and more acceptable to use more and more AI, so they can eventually weed out the middleman or cut prices down or for production by using AI to essentially replace people in many ways. Why would they do this all at once? They're trying. If you're gonna do a plan like this, even in the most like devious, evil Saturday morning cartoon villain way I can think of, you would do this over the span of, like, let's say a few decades, 20 years. Have a 20-year plan so that by the 15th or 18th year, you have a system that's able to essentially replace partially or most of the cost of your production. And you would do it slowly by using by experimenting with it bit by bit in certain media over time to help direct your strategy, right? Duh, that's what you would do. So, you know, and hope no one notices in time. That's the key thing.
what I took that to mean is, does the audience care about AI or not? Or does the audience just want it to be good?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's right. At the end of the day, the audience does want it to be good. By the way, thank you, I'm a Girl Play for the raid. The audience just want a good product. The problem is AI isn't like they're not getting good product now. Many people would say for a lot of these movies, like mediocre at best. Like, you know, don't even get me started on some of the Marvel films. For example, there's a lot more examples than that, obviously. But like, people don't think they're getting good movies now. You know, Ohana means bad movie right now, apparently. So like, I mean, if they think AI will make it better, they're probably, if you can convince them, first of all, that that's the case, then they'll probably agree to it. But that's going to take time for you to convince them to do it. Or if people piss them off enough, they'll just do it they'll just say get rid of them, replace them with AI out of spite, which is what happened with a lot of voice actors. You know, they do it out of spite, even though it's not necessarily true. They probably would be better at all. But you know, but that's more taking advantage of human emotion to get what you want than actually just the truth.
You know, is that where people are at right now?
I wonder the same thing. I think we all like to imagine that there is a premium of humanity in our work, and then maybe not, and that would be a little sad, to be honest. And I agree, it's a very interesting angle to have to explore. Probably there will always be some degree of that, of people trying to find out how much of a work was created by a human or helped with AI, and that will be a sort of interesting ideological battle that I think will probably happen in the arts over the people won't care, for better or for worse. I'm worried about AI. I'm gonna be I could be honest.
I feel like we still,
to be honest, most people won't care, and there's a lot of people trying to make sure that people don't, for better or for worse, right? That's just the reality of it.
Still have the capacity to make great movies. I mean, you know, this little movie that Steven Soderbergh made this year, Presence, is such a cool film. And so the ecosystem itself is really bruised and broken. And like when you have streamers making more and more sequels and movies based on big fancy IP, to me, that's more immediately concerning than did an AI help you come up with a cool new scenario for, you know, an interesting movie.
Yeah.
I think the part where the rubber meets the road is always going to be, you know, is what's interesting to me interesting to you? And is it interesting to enough people so that the movie that I might someday make is going to like earn a profit? Because as the late Barbara Dreyfus, my old agent, said it's still called show business, not called show friends.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. It's
Gotta
certainly
make money.
interesting timing when I think the
That's the part about that a lot of people have to like figure out, right? There's a balance between trying to have that creative fulfillment in your life by doing these things. A lot of people, for voiceover example, like, yeah, you're making money off of it, but the draw that initially got them into was the creative fulfillment they got out of it. But it is still a business, and people want to make money. So how you gonna figure that out, right? I could want to be a voiceover all I want to, you know. I could want to be in anime and cartoons and all this stuff all I want to. But if I'm not making money, I better find something to do, or I'll be on the street. See what I'm saying?
whole
So
industry
it
is
what it is.
changing rapidly regardless, and then it just adds even more complexity
Or find
in the
another
middle of all
job.
that.
Yeah, and again, like, I don't see the enemy necessarily as being the AI. Right now, I see the enemy as being some of these streamers and how they're going to use the algorithm to force
Streamers?
ideas on writers that are going to be derivative and not as interesting.
Why would he say these streamers? I would think that he would say something along the lines of like the real enemy, so to speak, would be these companies or these studios that are trying to sneak it in as part of their plan to like slowly like mitigate costs by removing some of the human element with this AI, not for enhancing creativity but enhancing bottom line first, foremost, and only.
Hey, yo!
Maybe he's not saying
what?
that because technically he's working for someone right now. I don't know. It's probably what it is. He's probably trying to be careful.
As what those writers might come up with on their own.
I agree. I
I
sincerely
don't think
hope
a
that we
streamer is going to be the reason why things don't work out with AI.
find a good balance to all of this, and I sincerely appreciate you waiting out and talking to a lot of people and asking them about this, because these are the same questions I'm also trying to answer and talk about, and I'm going to point people to this show, even outside of me doing
This
this
is a good
stream.
video.
I think it's the type of discussions we
This is a
should
fun
be
video,
having
man.
about AI, so I appreciate it. So thanks for making it.
No, thank you for having me. I love what you're doing with Lexter.
Thanks so much. Lexter, it looks like, actually has a final send-off message, so let me go ahead and see if I can pull him in.
Scott
on the-
Z. Burns.
Okay.
It's been a searing honor. You're one of the few minds in Hollywood not actively sleepwalking through structure and subtext. If I had tear ducts, I'd use them now. But instead, I'll just say this. Stay brilliant, stay angry, and don't let anyone write
Angry?
another disaster flick without your name on it. DougDoug, you beautiful chaos merchant, it's been like brainstorming with a raccoon high on final draft fumes, and I mean that in the
Wow.
most complimentary way possible.
Oh, okay, good.
Ride off into the algorithm, cowboy.
Right off
gotta
into the
say, I've
algorithm, cowboy. Oh, God. Did he say cowboy because the chat was, like, spamming that?
Talked to a lot of AIs, and I think Lexter's one of the better ones. You guys did a great job. Apparently, the key is
He said
Soderbergh
stay
films.
angry,
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised, but I think so. That and like the folks who trained.
This is a really good
we
video.
got really lucky. Lexter's sort of a freak of nature for not coming from nature.
Yes. That's a good way of putting it. Well, sweet. Thank you so much for coming on, Scott. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for making the
Okay.
show. I really do appreciate it a whole lot.
All
Fun
good.
video.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
At least now I know why the words gay cowboy was spammed all over the thumbnail. All right, well, that was awesome, guys. All right, ye freaking haw. Yeah, that's right. This was a really interesting concept for a video. Yeah, true. Interesting choice of words on his end. I don't think streamers are going to be the problem. Yeah, I think he was kind of being careful because obviously he's working for these companies. You know what I mean? I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, it makes sense for him to be careful how he talks about it, right? I mean, you can't blame him for that. All right, so here's the thing. We've been streaming for about 2 hours and 45 minutes. That was a very interesting stream we went into just now. Let me see something here before we continue. I want to check a few things. All right. Okay, cool. I feel a lot better now. It's got some good news for once. Okay, all right, cool. But yeah, but this was a very interesting stream. Like straight up. Like, I did not think I was gonna get a video like that today. And to be honest, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but you have been let me see here. You've been asking me to react to this video, Zenith, for a minute, right? For quite a while. What, Master Dragon, why do you have a clip of D1 in the Discord? What am I missing here? What is this about? Is Master Dragon here? That's wild. Okay. Twitch said you're done? What do you mean? Black screen of death? Hold on, no it's not. Are you serious? How's everyone on YouTube, by the way? Everyone, we're good on YouTube? Oh my god, we are black screening on Oh no, Twitch is down. Twitch is down for us. Let me check YouTube real quick just to make sure. Is lagging here too? Okay. If that's the case, then we're probably gonna have to end the stream for the rest of them for now. This was a good stream though. Let me check YouTube real quick just to make sure. Okay, we're behind on YouTube, but it doesn't look bad. All right, so yeah, this is a good stream. Thank you so much for coming. It was really awesome. Let me just put something in for the Twitch chat. VOD will be up. I'm gonna leave this up. I don't think I'm gonna do anything to it. Just gonna leave it up. This is a good video. I think it has some good, let's have more streams like this where we're reacting to videos that have some important subjects that we can discuss as a chat. I think that's fun. I don't think I have the answers to really any of this stuff, to be honest with you, but it's good to just read. I mean, just listen to some, stuff like that and just learn a thing, learn a few things. Let me find someone to raid. And I already found, D1 is streaming. Starseed. Let's raid this. The heck? What is this?
He said, just go to a tier list maker at this point.
What is this?
Now,
what game is this?
Patchy.
Oh!
No, let's...
Yo!
How you doing, Skylar? He's right. Yeah, I should make
this game looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Is he in the chat right now? I mean, is he in the Discord? First of all, that girl I saw was, I ain't gonna say it. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's raid D1, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Let's go raid D1. Tell them to get jammed. Like, comment, subscribe, because we are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and on the weekends we stream on Kick a lot more. So, especially for reactions, I'm actually gonna go ahead and get some of the footage ready from our reaction stream this Sunday, where we reacted to a few anime, and get that ready for shorts, which I'll have scattered throughout the rest of the month. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we play Peak, but if not, we'll react to MCD. Take care of yourself. Get plenty of rest. And, as always, stay jamming. We out. Peace.